2025. Only John, the same player on this SEN roster. That's when NRG disrupted the status quo of last year. G2 SEN at the top. No, they inserted themselves in there and then won champs with 3 players being called up from challengers. This is a SEN roster trying to recreate that now. Challengers players from their own academy team, Qbert, who, funny enough, that's where Scuba came from. That's where NRG poached him from to win champs.
6 months behind, but still a chance to find themselves in London. That road starts here. Flash here is getting hot and heavy inside tower, but Ethan's going to back Kiko up. Joe's stunned up anyway.
And Redux reduced to practically 0 HP as SEN are trying to make their way in towards this A side. With the NRG defense playing around this Cypher, they can afford to stack up one site and just use the trips on the other. I love this from Redux. Oh my god, he got the first.
Kiko's low as well. This is obviously all in the context of the spike being planted over on the A side of the map, though.
I can't believe he was able to get that 2-tap and damn near get a second. That is ridiculous. John on this timing. Oh my god, yeah, time to back off, man.
Sees a bit more than he bargained for there. Seas came through. John's going to be respectful of this, knows he's about to get some pressure and doesn't really have any util to stave this off. It's raw gunplay and nothing more. It's going to be traded, but this now makes it a 2-on-2. Jonah tucked here on the site. NRG know where they need to be looking. It's really about the timing at this point. Some spray, the bandit rings out. Marta caught inside the seas and Cortezia puts him to the sword.
Cortezia had some really excellent pathing on that post plant, getting up, fighting towards A, and then being able to hold the spike from the defender's spawn, flipping it on them, while everybody from NRG pushed through Sands to deal with John in A main. That was lovely from SEN, working the map there. And huge credit to Redux, who at 5 HP, tucked in underpass, was able to get the double headshot kill, go 1 for 1. Crazy that he almost got 2 there, but he comes up with a really crucial kill.
Really does feel like Sentinels are 6 months behind NRG in terms of this idea of going to the well, going to the academy team, and promoting these players to try and give them a spark of inspiration.
Obviously, this first iteration of SEN in 2026 did not work out to their liking, so they brought up Jerwin, who's been a really talented player in Tier 2 to try and fill in some of the gaps. Redux is flexing around more in his current role. They add the experience of Jonah in the mix, being teamless after his long tenure with G2, so he's certainly got a lot to offer to this team in terms of bringing in the experience. He can kind of take some of that system from G2 and put it into place with this team as well. He adds a lot to the communication structure. We've always heard with this season how
no way
is there. That's nice from Redux getting the 2. I mean, this round should just be as good as done. Anti-eco with virtually 0 commitment from NRG, so.
Kiko scrounging up this Marshall. Scuba being revealed, though, of course, as those trips held his position. Double back over towards that B side, but this is where Sentinels are going to get their plant on. Jonah feels like his record on G2 really good against NRG. Says in an interview actually on the Sentinels podcast this week, he's confident about the read he has on this team, but they need to have crystal clear, airtight comms. Because that's something he praised on the NRG side. He said it's insane listening into these guys, that there's no wasted air whatsoever.
And it really felt like that is an aspect of this SEN team where he's been contributing the most. Just providing really clear, concise comms for everybody to work off of. And yeah, I definitely agree. When you listen into NRG, it's all so concise. Mata is extremely good at communicating when he's out in front as the duelist, asking for his teammates to be doing certain things for him. They'll always respond, give him great confirmations. They're just such a well-oiled machine at this point. Some decent damage actually done by Scuba. Man, almost gets another. That's a tag onto John. So significant damage done at the end of the day from NRG, who also managed to get Kiko the ult already. I do like the theory of this Phoenix comp, with Phoenix being such a prevalent meta piece right now in Stage 1 globally, to take him over to Fracture, where you have more orbs than any other map. So you should be able to, at least theoretically, just pump out more run-it-backs than you can anywhere else.
And on the other side, Marta, who's really yet to get into the game, we know can draw a lot of util out and refract away from these sites. Be pretty hard to catch. And also, this comp is really good at clearing corners. There's mollies for days here.
Sentinels are fast to work up through Dish, take this space. NRG a little bit more emphasis on that A main control. They've just left Kiko towards tower, just jiggling to see if anyone would actually push out of drop, and then they can just try to fight to control A if some kind of hit did go in there. But it's a pivot back to B. And like I was saying on the pistol, you're just going to see a lot of rounds of Cypher is set up on one side of the map, maybe trying to get a kill off of a trip, some kind of spam kill while the attackers are going through a choke, and then you can play for a retake with the duelist stacked up elsewhere. And it's nice as well, one of your duelists already has their ult that you can play into this retake.
Very quickly, Sentinels already gotten themselves over to this B side of the map. Jerwin inside these smokes, hoping someone gives him an opportunity. Brock playing back off them though, he's wise to this, but Jerwin still attempts to challenge him. NRG still working from the fringes through Canteen, out from Connector. And this has stopped Sentinels in their tracks.
In that transitional moment of SEN trying to get the space on the site, Kiko just uses that, run it back, sends it through Jen, is able to pick off 2 players, isolated. And now the 2 versus 5 for SEN, trying to find anything, but yeah, that is not going to happen. Jonah has to reveal himself. Player's going to be on so many different angles.
I mean, you're contained and the defenders have a much faster rotate than you do if you're Jonah. No choice but here to try and make something happen. It's Kiko, top performer for NRG recently. Really, like with some incredibly high peaks and just a strong average in general.
Yeah, he's got the highest average damage per round across anyone on the team in this stage. It mostly comes from the fact that he's been consistent and then just went nuclear against 100 Thieves. So that brought the average up significantly. Even on top of getting the 2 with the run it back, he gets a 3rd to get another orb. And while it was in the 5v1, I didn't see which NRG player it was, but they got another orb in main. Like, they are making the most of just one aspect that makes Fracture so unique.
Already, Kiko really off to the races. That saturate though could be a bit problematic here. Jerwin caught out by it, just lingers a little bit too close to the sun. Marta's able to punish, and there's Kiko. Adds another 2. And for those keeping track at home, halfway to yet another Phoenix ult.
This NRG comp is just so good at brawling in these close quarter situations like that. If you're SEN going into this game, having watched NRG play against EG, you will know that Mata loves to play close-up dish there with the Hinder, ready to throw that off any kind of contact. It's going to catch you if you're close. And then in this round as well, having Kiko like in stereo to just start throwing out flashes. Anyone close quarters are just going to get fried. That's really where this NRG comp excels.
Obviously, Waylay can't light speed in, deploy that, saturate, and get out for free anymore, but it's still extremely effective if you're able to use it proactively like that, or at least to check these corners and play into them.
Yeah, I like the Waylay a lot on this map still, of every map in the pool, just hitting B or A site with both sites having verticality to them. You can just easily dash up into tower or up top site on left. A from either way that you're entering either site. And then on top of that, just playing a map where we're not seeing a breach now, but you know, a lot of teams are still playing breach. Being able to have a Waylay to bait out a lot of util and then refract away is really nice. And we can see that with things like the paint shells, things like the relay bolt from Jerwin, where Mata can make a lot of noise and get out.
It's funny, there's actually players across both these teams that took part in one of the biggest rivalries in that year of challenges, with Moist X Shopify and Oxygen in the mix, right? It was Brock and Mata on Moist X Shopify and Redux and Scuba on Oxygen. Those are the 2 teams expected to be the best. And in the end, actually, neither of them really ran nearly as deep as people expected to, but they were the most star-studded lineups.
This is just that early fight for all again. Yeah, SEN, they've got to be so concerned about trying to bait out that saturate close. Mata plays drop there constantly with it.
Nice. Oh, it's going to be one of those games, bro.
Confidence flowing already.
I mean, you're about to have your second ultimate, and it's round 5, so...
Yeah. So you are on Fracture. I mean, he's also getting a lot of kills. That helps with it too.
Okay, showstopper.
And he can just get out.
Oh, what? It is one of those games.
Door?
What does he mean, one of those games? Is there a blood moon?
Gun here.
Okay, well, vibe out of the showstopper. Kiko, suffice to say, has developed yet another run it back. Prowler here trying to check. SEN all grouped up, trying to make their way out of Sands. Another awkward buy. It's just Cortez with the rifle.
This is being watched for, everything being accounted for, excuse me. And NRG really have no reason to ease up on this A site. They can play B for retake. They still have Cypher util on that side of the map. So a noise cut rehit, they are going to be walking into the stack, Sentinels.
And Kiko can always refight into this space with all these flashes he's got to work with. Brock here happy to get some toasty toes to find 2 important kills. And this leaves John QT facing a, what do you call it, like a high mid-low setup? Yeah, not fancying that one at all. Scuba, though, perpetually lurking. Likely going to be the safe pair of hands
30
to
seconds
scoop up
left.
John.
He has finally decided that now is the time he can go out of B main. At least with that orb, John is going to leave the round with an orbital strike, no matter what. So a tiny consolation. I just want to see the replay of what happened with Kiko. I'm not going to lie. That looked insane. He's already at 10-2.
Now he's feeling it.
Absolute monster.
Yeah, we're going to get that in just a moment, I'm sure. Seas.
So the C's... Oh! Wow, yeah, it's off the C's opening the door. And he's able to get the shot on Redux. That's ridiculous.
And it looks like it decayed him in that half second before the shot came in too.
Also, love that from Brock on the refight. He sends the molly up there, and then when some action starts taking, the brawls have been going their way, as they will with this comp. The Phoenix and the Waylay close range. Comboing up those flashes with the Saturate has just been tearing SEN apart. They want to work towards A main early on this round. A lot of pressure towards Sands. That haunt over the top reveals nothing, so Jerwin feels comfortable working all the way up, actually activating the door, applying that level of pressure where NRG have to be concerned about a player being pushed all the way up through Sand. Like they could be trying to split onto the site.
And obviously on the A side of the map, NRG don't have anything to refight into. So that space that SEN get to keep, because there was a lack of early presence from NRG. It's the B side though, where you expect them to be a little bit more active here. There's a Nightfall that goes on to B, and I think it's actually dodged away from by Ethan inside tower. Redux is trying to get forward though. Kiko ready for it. Blaze Wall comes up. He was decayed down briefly though, so certainly feeling some degree of pressure.
This is all just a bait to get back in on Mata, who gets that first. Even one is solid there. He's going to get the ult off. That's going to connect onto two.
Okay, but
wow,
the crosshair's not placed correctly at the feet of Jerwin, and he forces Mata to kneel. Kiko also feels a little uncomfortable because, yes, while Redux is surrounded, he's also keeping both B-side players in position, and he's going to find a kill. That's about as good as it gets. And it's on Kiko now at 11-2 to find a way through this 1 versus 3.
Reveals himself. Jerwin just going to try to play this safe. Give a little bit of time for his teammates to wrap around so there's a contingency even if he does go down.
Yeah, those... some degree of a crossfire set up here.
He's pretty isolated.
Yeah, in fairness, like, you don't have a player in Sands. They're actually both back towards main.
Yeah, they were really just using him as some bait to try to win this out from main later together, and it's going to be so tough for Kiko to ever come out on top there. Really cool round from SEN. I like that out of the timeout. They go for the fake fast exec on A, insert Jerwin into main, then pivot back to B to make that's the real hit now with Redux committing through main, and it's a quick pivot back to Jerwin into the real exec. It's just Mata isolated on that site alone. 1 for 1 is all he can get accomplished. Has to use his ult as well.
Let's see if NRG do another early push off B for info. Last round it didn't really work out for them at all, but this time they're pressed once again against the barrier. Maybe looking for an early fight. Combat Stim in play. Cybercage though is going to make it very, very hard to see what SEN are planning. Kiko wants to push the issue, force it in fact straight into the cage, and he gets the better of Cortesia. Run it back, being very well apportioned there.
NRG with a large committal on B main, and it just barely works out in their favor with that catch. How can SEN respond to this? At the moment, they've got 0 map control.
But they don't know if there's an insert on the B side, a tree, either.
Yeah, they just don't know what could be happening on any lane right now. They're going to have to try to fully re-clear something. Jonah P has 1 Prowler to work with, has to wait for the Haunt refresh. They're going back towards B main.
Yeah, Mata misses an opportunity there to catch the cross. He might see something. Pardon me. What a correction. Here's the fast lane. Kiko sets his feet and he's ready. The head of Jerwin goes rolling. Orbital strike here is going to stop Sentinels in their tracks, but they're going to play her up again. Redux is in a very dangerous spot. And actually, you've got to respect this and clear it safely. This will give the space for John to get a plant down.
Redux is really on point right now. High impact kills consistently from him, now tucked in at Gen. John at the moment, a little tough to play off of him. He's trapped in default, low HP, getting seized.
Okay, down briefly. Standing. There's John being dealt with post-decay. They know approximately the Redux is here, so a multi-swing should account for him. In fairness, SEN do well to build back into the round after Kiko mows Cortesia off the rip.
Yeah, it's Redux again finding a very high impact kill. He's having a really solid map so far. It's so unfortunate that Cortesia gets caught just at the last second there. And with that push, everyone from SEN just being relegated back to spawn, so no matter which site they hit, NRG are just fully set up to welcome them. Kiko had a good spot tucked in sight. The orbital strike comes in right after Kiko takes that fight to cut everyone else off. Like, credit SEN honestly for making it so close, because NRG were really doing everything right there.
Kiko on pace here for a 23-round half, if my math is correct. He is pounding.
Thank you.
This is one of the maps, one of the agents where we're seeing Mata do a lot more offing. He's pushed up in dish. German is all the way through. Redux has found the opener onto Kiko as well.
Yeah, another crucial opener. Can it be converted off of, though? Here's a showstopper now to play with Redux catches at this time. But Mata and Ethan have already struck at the heart of Sentinels. And they aren't quite onto the A site yet. NRG can now fall off this. This orbital strike to dish will at least allow them to cross. Brock can't see the wood for the trees with that in the way, plus the sky smoke's blocking his view.
One more rifle recovered with Kiko being downed on site. John has just got the Sheriff, though. He's all the way back in A main. Crucially, he's got the Molly. That's more important than even having a gun. Perhaps it's the Brimstone in this position. German's going to be stuck top site. What can he get accomplished with Jonah? Two of them doubled up, the two new additions for SEN in a moment where they really need to step up.
German briefly isolated. Sound made, though. John has a chance to turn back around on this. Below him on the site is Jonah. So still a bit of a high-low look here, but German takes some damage coming in through the metal. And of course, he has that mobility. Mata, though, gets caught out in the open. It doesn't seem to matter. The trades are there. It's down to Brock on Jonah. On board with Jonah, tucked on the site. Horn already dealt with, but time is short for Brock and Jonah. Felt like he had the read on NRG. Had a good record against this team. And sticks the landing here in an important round.
Skates away with the off as well. See what the SEN game plan is with that. Redux, again, high impact kill. I'm saying it every damn round, but I'm not going to stop until he stops getting them.
We call those crucial frags.
He gets another opener for the team. And then from there, they're able to post up in the site. Huge risk, the investment of the orbital strike, but they know it's a pivotal round, so they send it.
I'll find you.
Whatever gets you onto the A site.
Now Redux with the operator. He was the ops star of the Oxygen team you were referring to all the way back when he was in Challengers playing with Scuba. They were teammates for years. And he was doing that to Mata in those very same games, both of them opping against each other constantly. It's a real throwback.
Some serious first kills for Redux. Also, we've got Cortesia lurking north side here.
Do SEN expect this push out from the A side? They've made so much noise towards B main. There was
a trip.
Both a Prowler and a Boombot used just before this noise cut.
No real presence in arcade. There is a trip watching the push out towards Gen.
Go, go, go.
But there's no tower presence at all. Camera could watch the cross. That's now been dealt with. This is causing Scuba to reposition slightly.
NRG are really going to desperately need to find a kill while SEN are getting into the site here. Some kind of spam kill, something off a trip, but that trip is broken immediately. Good support for Gerwin to get the space deep into the site.
Down and out.
Oh, but there's the moment. There's the crucial kill.
That's the disruption he was looking for. Redux is able to trade it out, though. John probably not unbothered about this. Sees. Still able to get the plant down.
Oh my god. Redux is actually frying them. He is tearing them apart.
I mean, what's Scuba supposed to be looking at here? Cortesia is not going to give him anything, especially not now he gets pinged out by the neural.
Bring them down.
All entries into the site are being covered. Redux would love another with the op.
Their only hope is to try and jump and bait out the shot, and Redux misses. But yeah, Redux is not going to miss. He's on for the ace.
Ethan says, okay, I'm going to shut the ace down at the very least now to 1v3, but time, it's time in the issue. And Cortesia is not going to give you a free kill. Little shoulder pick, little info check. Ethan does rip his head off. Now, though, again, you are on your last legs, and once more is Jonah P to close the deal.
Oh, frustration for Ethan. He knows he was so close. Just a centimeter to the left, and that's a headshot onto Jonah, who's clutched up in back-to-back 1v1s for SEN.
20 seconds left.
Has that resolve, that experience to be able to succeed in situations like that consistently.
That is a nutty round from
Redux
Redux.
playing a mind-blowing game right now.
We went from quality
so
frags
good.
to quantity frags very quickly.
Sat at 13 for 9.
Thanks.
This is momentum building here for Sentinels.
I don't know how bad he feels having to do that to Scuba, his teammate of 3 years, but
when there's playoffs on the line,
Bring them down.
probably feels pretty good about it. Let's listen to Sentinels here on this attack side, round number 10.
Oh, no, no, don't bro.
It's a
don't
bad
bro.
smoke. Gap on left.
Bro. I think we can put support in pressure B and then we can finish A.
Heard.
It could be walking under though.
I'll play late dish, really late.
I might probably from here.
Okay.
Yeah. We made
Could be
noise,
a-
we could late peek.
Could it be under press or no?
Yeah.
No, could be not. I think
just
I
checking.
have it.
I think they might be up in
They
dice
open
though.
or
Can you like
dog do it, so nothing.
can you like high eye for the peak?
No, I know, I could probably though.
Let's probably
I'm
pick
gonna
that.
go wide. I'm gonna go wide outside drone.
Alright, I'm playing dish, guys. Are we coming back A?
NRG now, 3 players at B waiting for this. It's a pretty shallow prowler up past tree. Didn't see a whole lot on NRG, on SEN side.
SEN did calm out that Ethan had used that prowler and opened the door over on A side, so they know that NRG could be pushed up. They could just be jiggling this close in a position like Ethan is in.
Where are you?
Oh, the timing. How does he have a sense for this? Look at this activation now coming through, but the C's is going to be dropped. It doesn't matter. It's Sherwood and Redux
30
cracking
seconds
heads
left.
together. That's that raw firepower of Sentinels, and now next line of defense here. Scuba steps up and is flattened. Cortez here lurking north side, finally able to drop down and reveal himself. Himada's got no business being here.
Cortezia was ahead of that play. The timing he took to get down drop before NRG could attempt to flood in their only win con, getting back into the site faster than SEN could get in, despite SEN having more numbers. That's the only choice they had, and Cortezia was way ahead of them. Really puts the nail in the coffin on the round with that play. And now Mata just attempting to save this up. Barely any credits left. You have Jonah on the hunt. The SEN money, though, isn't great either, so they're not desperately hunting him down. They want to keep what they've got as well.
Just a call there in the mid-round to re-hit that A side for Sentinels. Great mid-round, but also followed up by 2 cracked young duelists on the Sentinels side of things. It works a treat. Ethan is there ready with util to catch him. It's just too slow.
Yeah, then German gets that slide across. Redux able to pick up the lane on door immediately, just has his crosshair placed for the swing
Go, go, go.
from the NRG player to supplement Kiko in this fight.
Yeah, okay, so you seized him.
Yeah.
So what?
That's a crucial moment there from Cortez. Listening into the comms, I mean, should John just called around, they ran it, and everything worked perfectly. They just enacted the plan perfectly. All the little fundamental, very strong Furia teams still early in SEN's tenure. You can't knock them too crazy for losing that 1-2, right? But now it's all do or die, and frankly, it doesn't matter who is on this Sentinels team. The org just demands excellence. They're the winner of the first global Valorant tournament. They're a 2-time master winner org. It doesn't matter who is on this team. There's an expectation for greatness at every moment, from the first match to the last.
Yeah, for other teams in downswings, those expectations seem to relax, but not for this squad. Here they go. They're going to go hard and fast over towards this B side, which is mostly empty. Except for Brock, he's felled by the showstopper, and Ethan had to pull himself off back in his tree direction.
His timing on lower, he's caught by Cortez.
These lurks from Cortez have been sick this game. This one from Southside finds a perfect moment, and again, Redux is in this really obnoxious position that he's managed to ferret himself into on multiple rounds now.
SEN know where everyone is coming from because Cortez has south and north side tripped. That's one of the advantages of playing Cypher here. That's why this is really one of the only couple maps in the pool where you're still going to see Cypher get played. He has a lot of value here. Being able to get both of those lanes. On top of that, when you're on defense, being able to use the cam to get additional info on the lanes, use it or the trips as ways to activate trap plays that you have, especially if you're one of the teams running the breach comps with this too. Like you'll see NRG, they'll try to go for cam plays and it'll activate like a Kiko flash. He'll swing off things like that.
Scuba able to get himself one here. Spike's about to go. Couple guns snatched away, but money not an issue right now for Sentinels. NRG really need to sit
Last round
on
in
what
the
they can
half.
scrounge. Last round here of our first half. Sentinels already posting these 7 attack side rounds. Redux 16 and 10.
He's had an outrageous game. He's been such a flexible player for SEN. He has just been cooking down in challengers for years.
He's a product
waiting for
of the
this
system,
opportunity.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, his time with Oxygen and then SEN really refining his gameplay, making him a more flexible player, and even putting him in leadership roles on his time with Qbert, and now he's here. And lost a little bit of hype too, which feels hilarious now. During the time when he was flexing around and he wasn't putting up like the same crazy performances that he was when he was the primary duelist for Oxygen.
He had to wait while people like, Scuba got
Like,
picked up.
literally, while his teammate on Qbert was able to join NRG and go win champs, he still had to wait to even be able to play in VCT.
Bring them down.
And now here we are with SEN trying to recreate the NRG formula, bringing in their challengers players.
Here's the walk up. And a pretty passive positioning here for NRG. Just a trip to play off of. Cam over towards Dish. Okay, Marta fortunate to emerge from that engagement. That being too low. Here's a Nightfall. Thrown over towards defense board side.
That counter is going to come out for Armada. Oh my god, the damage is crazy. Jonah is still somehow able to get the first. Nothing being converted for NRG. The nade coming in as well.
He was still decayed down. The nade finished him off. That fade util from Jonah was absolutely filthy. NRG are reeling. Can Kiko salvage them? He's gone off the boil entirely over the last couple of rounds. Not a darn thing he's been able to do. And the same you could say for this one. All right, Nightfall. Use it or lose it, folks. In we go. Line being held here by Cortesia. Waiting for the push out to Sands. Ethan really has nowhere to go either way. It's Jerwin who doubles his frags for the half in the last round. And Sentinels post a 4-round lead on attack.
They're looking absolutely electric on attack, courtesy of Redux being at 17 for 11 on the board right now. Just gapping everybody outside of Kiko, who started hot, but has definitely cooled off towards the latter part of this half. I cannot believe that SEN have gotten away relatively unscathed from this entire fight early. Mata hits Jerwin directly with the ultimate. He's slowed, getting spammed, and yet somehow he's alive. He's not going down. They're unable to collapse on SEN.
First time we've seen Fracture here.
That these two squads have had together. Crazy difference. This Sentinels team, they've only had Jerwin for the past few weeks. He wasn't even here for week 1. We haven't seen their Fracture. It's tough for them to even know what their map pool is looking like right now in terms of what's at the top and what's at the bottom. They don't even have enough experience to really know for a certainty. But so far, Fracture is looking damn good. Scuba is feeling the pressure right now from Redux, but taps him down. Cortesia trades across the map as NRG are just working their way into the defender's spawn.
Yeah, I like the Death Ball group up here through Arcade. In this spawn is a bit of an interesting change of tack. John QT gets a bit curious.
What a little dink. Ethan is on super low HP. As NRG eventually, they're going to need to get to the site somewhere. They're going to need to get the spike down.
Senna happy to slow this game down a little bit. Ethan, yeah, got tapped up pretty nasty after that last encounter. There still needs to be a cross to the site for NRG, lest they kind of get contained on this side of the map. Cortesia very low. No one's here to play off him either, so he thinks twice about lingering in this smoke.
Yeah, he knows he has to dip back without smoke fading. He'll be exposed to far too many angles. NRG are on the noise cut. No reason for SEN to leave. Couple smokes still left here for Brock, though, to get some
30 seconds left.
safe little pathing onto the site to try to get this spike down tucked.
Here's the plant.
No, he can easily stun default. I'm trying to run back
planted.
in here, but he's playing it silent for main currently.
Very patient for Cortesia, and he might be rewarded. Do you check this low angle? Ethan shows a gun barrel and drops down. Is there more where that came from? Cortez knows there more! Okay!
That's a dink!
Unreal! Look at he's barely alive! Marta, unstoppable stuff! Cortez gets a kill as he exits the round. Now it's down to Brock. It's not looking like an 8-sided shape out there, but let's see what he can do. No, that is dirty! What a filthy round from Sentinels. And this is something they have to do often. NRG want to take space in the mid-round and sit. They do this on every map. Split's another good example of that.
Cortesia is looking insane right now. SEN needed him so bad. The fans were so hyped because in the offseason, Cortesia was deep frying every team that they were playing against in every offseason tournament. He looked unbelievable coming off of his time with MIBR. It felt like, how the hell did they let him go? And SEN were able to pick him up, and he's looking like their star player. He was struggling in kickoff. He was putting up a .84 KD. And now in this stage, it's 1.18. Massive turnaround, and he's just continuing to be in such better form. And SEN have really, really needed him.
will have some presence up on this B site to start the round. NRG want to, yeah, like I said, take some space and then sit there in the mid-round, sending to refight into that space so they don't get caught out or exect on, which would be even worse. Scooper again finds success out in that tree direction, and there's Kiko. This B site is all open for NRG.
Go, go.
Sherwin might be able to get one back here. Yeah, that's at least one. And Scuba at the range with the Outlaw collects that trade with ease.
Such an important anti-eco to find here. John commands attention! Spotlight on the Moroccan now as he's ahead of the flash, and Kiko is feeling it. That's Jonah P putting some hurt down on the Phoenix. Now an attempt at a touch. We're going to get this one to half. This is getting uncomfortable here for NRG. Jonah P, don't you dare! It's Scuba. Catches him. Now John's going to do it himself. It was halved. It looks like they know it though. NRG come bounding in. And Scuba takes 4 on this anti-eco.
He just comes back firing in that round, playing underpass. SEN commit heavily for that B fight. They know that they have Brock trapped in that corner, and it baits them out just a little bit. He draws just too much of their attention. They're not aware of Scuba being tucked left, so he gets that first free kill with the classic into the Outlaw recovery, and from there it's disaster. Felt like SEN were going to be in position to run away with this game, but NRG are right back into it. Brock has got the Odin already.
Yeah, he knows it's time to put the hurt on Sentinels early and often now. Foray out towards Dish here.
And then with that Haunt over top, they know it's safe to just go ahead and get that free orb. Trying to funnel some of those over to Redux.
Passive play into tower. Nothing really to buy up in this round. They knew Marta would be at large with this Outlaw. No point wasting on a half-assed fight.
It's definitely the kind of round where you're scared about a guy being up in tower with a shotgun. Cortez just has the classic right click, which is kind of a shotgun.
Well, Marta's also
really.
got the long-barreled shotgun.
Yeah, which is a little bit better in that situation. And this round is pretty much done.
Yep.
If you're SEN, you just really don't want to give Kiko any more orbs at this point, or Brock. Both of them are so close to the ult, but I mean, at the same time, it feels just inevitable that they're going to get them. The way that you can run around on this map as the attackers and just try to collect all of the orbs.
Yeah, you just by default have all that space to start with. Which means those attack side lurks are super dangerous. Something that Scuba's going to indulge in.
Yeah, Kiko
intensely.
is happy to go hunt.
Yep, some orbs. Well, how he envisioned that ending, I'm sure. Regardless, we'll have the rest of Sentinels perish to the Spike Blast, and NRG keep 4 guns out of the round.
Let's see if SEN can shake off losing that eco round to NRG earlier. Just get right back into the game. When you're looking at a roster like this that doesn't have the experience of going through tough rounds like that in high-pressure games, those are the turning points where things can start to really just spin out of control. And an experienced roster like NRG, we have seen make so many comebacks in so many important games. Those are the kind of rounds that don't shake them.
I'm thinking Heretics NRG, Champions group stage.
Here's Mata right through main on top of Jerwin. He feels the pressure. He's just going to back away. Haunt is going to provide him some temporary support and distraction to be able to get safely into that A site.
Honestly, if Sentinels at all can dissuade NRG from this course of action and funnel them into the op line that Redux is holding on the B side, they'd be happy too.
And there's Kiko getting that run it back. Redux, yeah, he's got that op on B, and with all of the noise that SEN are making, they might just get funneled into him. It is possible.
There's a gap though. The one gap is the arcade to gen rotation for the attackers. That's not covered really by util except for the cam. And looks like as a result, Redux is pulling himself well and truly off this B side. Maybe just take a safer angle here by Gen.
Just has to take a super passive line at the moment.
Ooh. Ethan, makes just enough noise there. This is what NRG will do. Occupy space. You see how they left the insert of Scuba here? And punish you for pushing up some of that info. If SEN want to get that info, they have to properly fight for it. They're going to properly re-clear it.
Jerwin still has this relay bolt. He can send that out when the hit is going through A main, try to disconnect the duelists from the pack.
This is still
so much util here for the defenders to use.
They don't have information though. This is NRG kind of going for it now as their last option. Kiko across the molly and run it back, so we'll have that health returned to him. He actually gets him. Oh, what? Jerwin caught inside the molly. Here's Redux out of the smoke. Finds one, but that's not going to be enough. Not by half. Damage on Brock as well.
That's great. Just a random shot hits him in the leg. Redux has to save no matter what. No option. Sick hit from NRG. There's that Phoenix value coming into play. Genuine, this is just the Phoenix theory right now. Just constant orbs. We're on Fracture. We're going to have a million ults. Jerwin has nowhere to go in that situation. Wasn't able to provide any help to his team. Wasn't able to get a good timing with the stun to go out to try and stop anyone from NRG from actually getting into the site because he's just fully occupied by Kiko running it down at him and pressuring him in that corner.
Feels like it's a little hard for Sentinels on this defense side to be proactive. Find like that Scuba or Kiko lurking as a loose end. Get that information. Scuba handled here, so Redux will keep the op. But that's all she wrote on the Sentinel side. NRG clawing back into this game. Fracture, their map pick.
SEN had the read on the situation. They had 4 players here. Wow.
This is Molly.
Just got caught. That was just saw Jerwin already, and then Jerwin threw the wall up, so we figured, well, let's just throw the wall here. I'm about to go down anyway.
It's nice.
That Phoenix ult just completely disrupted that setup.
Not even close, guys. Good shit.
Most enthusiastic Ethan reaction.
It's funny how like it's talked about it wasn't like a true emotional leader on this team in the past, right? Pretty low-key squad. It feels like Ethan is stepping into that role in his own way. So with that dry sense of humor.
That's something that Scuba was talking about in Santiago, that they've been lacking the emotional leader with Psalm not being on the team anymore. And yeah, Ethan has had some. He's been a little bit more whimsical.
Yeah, a bit more
in some of the games, like
animated,
Thieves,
right?
I'm remembering. Yeah, feels like he's having some more fun at times. Though that was not the most whimsical and joyous Ethan moment I've ever seen. But oh my God, Redux right into the angle.
Oh, I like this. Just take a tighter angle. Kiko dealt with it. Here comes the pace. It's going to be Marta on the side with the quickness. Somehow another molecule for Kiko, though. Cortezia had nowhere to go. Knew he'd be wandering out into a sideline if he dared to move. So NRG, this should be another easy round take for them here. I know it's called Jerwin, but very, very tough here to really eke out any advantage in this round.
We're doing that on map 1 already.
Well, you wait till map 3, bro. Oh. I'm letting it percolate for you.
All right, SEN are going to get that full buy on, and I know they're starting to feel the pressure. After going on that run at the end of the first half, 5 rounds in a row, win the pistol, and then they get ecoed. And now it's just 1 away from NRG tying it up. This is a real make-or-break moment for this very young team. It's a moment where they really need Jonah to guide them. Ewok as well, experienced coach. They need those guys in a time like this.
The individuals they are today.
We're set up for a big fight towards Arcade if SEN decides to go all in here.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have a quick one, folks, at this rate. SEN pushed up real close. Util at the ready. When NRG tried this on them, there was a slide from Jerwin, and he got ahead of all of that, arresting Util. Oh, that's a big circle. Wonder what that could be.
Man, they tried to stun and seize to get that orbital strike off, but it wasn't actually activated by John. So a lot of utility kind of baited out from Sentinels. NRG just biding their time. This is a huge fight, and Mata takes it against Jerwin.
Yeah, you've got to win those ones there. Mata, they knew he was isolated, pinged out by the horn. That's tough. Now you're going to fall back off this to some degree, or do you? It looks like there might be an attempt at a refight here for Sentinels. Oh, not great timing for it, though, as there's a neural theft. Here's a conversion pass. Mata wants to go for it now. There's an opening in the NRG want to exploit, but the orbital strike is going to force Mata.
It doesn't even get the kill. That was their own team's orbital strike, I think. I couldn't tell. Or no, sorry, it was reversed. That was John keeping himself alive in that one. It was Brock's earlier, so John is able to rip that one and get just outside of the periphery. So Mata trying to dash into it would have gotten him killed. That's super heads up from John. That was sick.
A really spirited exchange of util, but Jerwin is still out of the game, right? He fell early in that 1 versus 1. So this leaves NRG.
Well, trying to get to this site. There's such little time. There's only 20 seconds. They still have to cross. Cortezia gets 1, gets the ult off as well.
Look at all the pings. Neural comes out. Also going to reveal some plays, but Kiko just fights inside the molly, and Mata chalks up 3. Full house for NRG. And the fans are getting loud and proud.
SEN just trying to flood back into that site. You can't blame them for trying to play at that fast pace to meet NRG, who had such little time to actually get the spike down, but they're just unable to connect the trades. Oh my God, what a spray down.
Presented without comment. It's an even game now. Bonka absolutely getting fired up. This was looking pretty grim at the end of that first half. An 8-4 scoreline, so NRG have to put their nose to the grindstone to get going. Now we're tied up.
A little switch from north to south side on the map for NRG. As the Prowler gets sent through into a main, doesn't clear anybody close. Cam has got some passive info for Sentinels there. Cortezia throwing that, and Jerwin maybe could go for a swing attempt off of it too.
Mata playing solo over towards that dish direction.
Ethan just really trying to make his presence known over on this A side.
Mata's also paving the way for
Power
something
as
at A.
well. Ethan is just committing util piece after util piece for this kind of A main reclear. And now NRG are going to double back into it. He hasn't felt any pressure.
Mata might be inferring that with the trip that he ran into, that A side is the weak side right now.
Yeah, they're hoping that at this point they're only going to be going up against the Cypher if they execute onto this site that they've dragged people towards B. And they're on the way back. There could be a crossfire setup here for Cortezia.
Yeah. This
He's
can be
gonna need
smoked
help
off,
back.
though, easily. Yeah, John has to find a way to fight out of this, otherwise he's going to let NRG just exec on them. Cortezia alone, virtually alone. Out in the open, brought down. This is what NRG will do, man.
John is on such low HP. What is the committal here from SEN? They have a Nightfall, but you have one guy with 7. You're down a player already. Redux is
Look at
one away
their
from the
money.
showstopper. I mean, maybe if he somehow got a crazy kill with the judge, but yeah, there's just no choice. It's a save, and like the most painful kind of save to have to call.
I feel like the last thing you want to do is just let NRG exec on you over and over again. They divine the weak side of the map, NRG. They know it's just a Cypher there. It's so easy just to smoke off the push out of, Connector. Even with 2 players ready, who rotated kind of early on the Sentinel side. They can't do anything to disrupt NRG, and they leave their Cypher alone.
Yeah, on a prior A hit, SEN really had the read on them with 4 players stacked up there, ready to absorb it. They weren't able to take that round on this one.
My ult's ready.
Ethan really works them and is able to just navigate his team into the lightly held site.
How do you get into the side? Unless you have dish control as the defenders and you drop down there quickly, like you play retake.
Yeah, there's just, you can't all get out through main. It's so tough there. Sentinels fully investing into this round, buying down to effective nothing. Obviously the loss bonus is at the max at this point. Sentinels' 5-round run at the end of the first half is now being beaten by NRG, being on a 6-round run in the second to take the lead. And it all started with that eco round on 14.
Just quietly, Mata has forced his way into this game. Flash here towards Tree. No, the Molly and Saturate combination enough to ward the defenders away. Already, the chokehold is coming in from NRG.
Someone got caught there. They are dead. There's a push out from SEN over towards that dish side on A. They want to play for a little bit more map control.
Maybe like a 3-player pop into arcade for the defenders. Or a walk-up, in fact.
This could be a great timing. It's possible that Ethan just gets straight up caught here.
Kiko can trade, potentially. Kiko surely can trade this. No! He's on his own as well! And so he falls. SEN find the right timing just to push off this B side. They're going to have to give it up to some degree, but they can accept that because they can get back in with this Nightfall. Mata decayed down. Cannot take a challenge here.
Spike goes down, but I mean, at what cost? Speaking about such a low HP as well. Here comes Redux with a showstopper. Everyone following him through tower. He's making the space, getting right back into that site.
Mata, cojones for days. He
so
is just crouched on the side. He's waiting for it. Oh, he gets one. Oh, the head is ripped off of Jonah. That's as good as it's going to get for Mata, but that might be enough. Here come NRG, trying to control this space. It's Cortez, finds it. Brock, all on him.
Oh my
Sentinels.
God.
Insane round, and it got dicey there to be sure. But that 3-player push off the B side was where it all began.
Oh, man, Brock with the Odin in the 1v2, he's got me sweating, but Redux just turned on him for that kill. And Sentinels with some proactivity towards the extremities on the map this round rewards them with the win, catching out Ethan. He had his util out, and then Kiko is the only one there for a trade, but he cannot even find one.
Nice!
NRG tried their best, though. That was a sick 2K from Mata to try to bring things back.
He knew that showstopper was coming his way. Here we go. 20 rounds of Valorant in, and we are tied up. Kiko with a run it back at the ready, though.
Yeah, NRG with the advantage in the ult economy and with the actual credit economy, too.
Let's listen in and see what the plan is going to be for NRG.
Where are you? Still waiting.
Over! You're dead!
Here!
You can tower.
Tower clear.
Chill.
Flank, guys, flank beam in. Can we fight
I'm going.
spawn?
I'm re-up. Chip in sight. There's a chip in sight.
Guys, we need to fight spawn.
I'll take
There's
spawn.
flank beam in.
Oh, I'll take you,
I'm
Joe.
looking beam in.
2 CT, go on canteen. 2 CT, go on canteen.
I'm making noise. Ethan. Make noise for Scoo.
They're funny coming out beam in.
I'm the right on. Waiting for this.
2. Chill.
Raise one. B main.
I'm gonna plant.
I have
One more
CT, I have
spot.
CT.
2 B main, boys.
I have CT.
I'm gonna play dice.
They're going on a pass. I'm fighting them.
Call that. Yeah, I'm gonna come with you.
One.
I'm going with Skew.
Underpass for
Skew,
sure.
I'm gonna be with you. Let's hold.
All the attempts for Sentinels to disrupt NRG, they still get this execute off. Ethan finds a massive kill, the player coming out of spawn side. And he'll be entrenched here now. It's only Molly over towards Canteen. This is not going to restrict Ethan whatsoever. Broad can play off the contact of his captain as well. And he spots a bit of Jonah P. And don't miss. Joan has tower control, but Ethan can still send a Haunt in now, force a crosshair, pull away, play off it himself, and that's going to be Joan falling. John is going to be lit up, and now it's a simple matter of getting the job done. Sentinels are out of time, John out in the open, and he's out of health.
NRG in that execute. You can hear with the comms, it's that concise nature that they have in the way that they speak to each other that we were speaking about earlier. They're one of the teams that are so good at giving direction to their teammates off of something that they're seeing, and then also always giving confirmation. Thanks, Ethan. Production.
The only kind of guy to say sorry to an inanimate object. Sorry.
But they're so good at giving instructions to each other that are so short, and then giving confirmations that they're understood and acting upon them in as few words as possible. They're just so efficient every time we've listened into them.
Looks like once again Sentinels are considering this heavy presence out towards bench.
And unfortunately, the downside of winning a round and then losing it is their economy is completely broken, and NRG are looking to get to map point here on their map pick of Fracture. First time we're seeing SEN on this, and they definitely have impressed, but just struggling to get back into the game on this half after getting eco'd. It's been all NRG on their attack.
Tree presence confirmed, so Ethan doesn't have the freedom to work too much around this. Cortez brought down, that was over towards Dish. Mata just walked up and found an angle, apparently. It should make you think pretty positively about just hitting A and smoking connector.
So NRG have gotten some util over out on that B side as well. There's a smoke thrown down into B main on account of Kiko throwing up the wall, making it seem like they could be walking up kind of close stairs. Center going for the gamble, and unfortunately they have picked the wrong site, so NRG will get this down for free. Brock is going to be able to get an orbital strike for what could be the last round of this game.
30 seconds left.
We head into rounds, or the next round rather.
Googly eyes on the iPad. Crossover towards A. A lot of corner clearing util here for NRG, so tough to play rat angles with those classics.
Spike planted.
There it is. SEN, nothing ventured, nothing gained. They're obviously going to be tipping off NRG, which side of the map they're coming from. And then they're just going to hope that their aim can carry them through what is going to be a bloody fight in A main. John shows himself. Hoping to bait some sort of overextension, I guess, towards the south side of the map. He's not going to get it. It's NRG we're talking about here. Hoping to play out of the smoke in numbers, likely, but this Molly's going to make that much more challenging. John just burns down mostly to it. Scuba checks for any accompaniment. And that's going to be it for Sentinels, folks. Broke to swing on this one. Dangerous. Dangerous to push into players like this. Hello? Okay, propriety thrown out the window. Fortunately, NRG have cash to burn.
Some 6 shots, though, from Redux. Gets him closer to a showstopper, so who knows? Maybe that'll end up being relevant. Every kill counts. SEN getting into the full buy. Looks like they're going to get an op for Redux, actually, as well.
I mean, White, these have been competitive rounds, but outside of the pistol, Sentinels have won one round in this second half. That is just not
Yeah, it really
enough.
does feel like a bit of an experience diff. They had all that momentum. They're feeling good, but how do you bounce back from a tough loss? They haven't been able to do it yet on this map, but maybe they can bring it to OT. Maybe Redux can do it. He has been an absolute star for the team, and he's got the AWP on the B side, but it's all about A, at least, to open the round for NRG, baiting out utility towards main.
They get an early refract out of Marta, importantly. That Prowler actually chomps him.
Haunt is thrown into B, so they know that nobody will be tucked close.
Fast rotate across for Sentinels. Marta, though, is pretty far ahead here in underpass.
In the meantime, Ethan is again in A main, just throwing out util piece after util piece, but he might actually get a fight this time against Jerwin. It's possible.
Jerwin is armed to the teeth, though. Kiko, yeah, maybe has the sense that he needs to flash into this space.
Last time this was happening with Ethan, they did go and pivot back into an A hit after going towards B.
Kiko here, poised to try and make his way into Sands. Jerwin can't do much about that, actually. Simply throws out the relay bolt.
This is not being bought by SEN. Look at them on the minimap. They still have 4 players on that B side. John has a read on this situation.
There's still time, but if they dare to double back to A, they're going to get caught on the rotate. With Jerwin out there in the open, it's going to be Marta falling. There's something here. Cortez has found yet another one, and the neural theft comes up at just the right time. This is going to lay the plans of NRG Bear, and they don't know about Jerwin and A main. He's way further forward than they're expecting. He should have a freebie here. There's the spike loose. Ethan steps up and be traded, but still damage done with 12 seconds left in the round.
The damage done, and
No
it
smokes.
expires just too much time. Kiko has to just try and brute force his way in, but SEN will shut him down. And Ethan had no hope crossing into the site against 4 crosshairs. John with the cold read on that situation. Ethan's attempt to manipulate the rotates based on what happened on that prior round when he was doing the same thing. Yeah, he wasn't buying that.
Just a vintage Cortez round there. That is unreal. Those are the kind of rounds you need with consistency here to make this an interesting game. Instead of almost done enough, one more, and we'll be headed to extra innings.
NRG all gathered up outside of A main. Will Haunt just see over the top of the box. Walls up with the cross from Kiko. Jerwin just trying to get that spam angle, and he does get one. That's a crazy little adjustment onto Kiko. I don't even know if that was on purpose, but doesn't matter in the kill feed. Scuba's on this slow lurk up towards A. It's a split attempt from NRG. Jonah P is just essentially isolated in this site as Sentinels are spread across the map.
NRG still have the brim, though. It means they can disrespect to rotate through spawn side from Sentinels. It's the player on site they've got to respect. That's Jonah P lying in wait.
Ethan 1 orb away from getting that Nightfall, and he was just biding his time to get it and then use it immediately after the noise cut. Jonah P has to come up huge for Sentinels right now. It's really all on him.
Dangerous, so can't hear a damn thing, and it's going to be Marta who leaps upon him. Redux was hoping, look at where he's playing, up in this corner. This is going to get awkward once the smoke starts to clear. Scuba is conditionally safe for the time being. Redux tries some fancy footwork to accost him and is brought down. Now it's on Cortezia and John. 2 of the Magic and Mischief Makers on this side. But the odds do not favor them.
They've been spotted out as well by that ult from Scuba. How could they possibly crack back into this? Brock is on the angle right now with the Odin. Cortez trying to work through main.
They just know. Scuba's op will account for the IGL. And it's young Carlton Banks that has to step up and challenge. Snappy aim as always, but didn't have enough in reserve. NRG claw their way out of their map pick of Fracture. Sentinels hiding this map pick up until now, shown they're looking potentially dangerous on this map for any onlookers. Third bounce back. These guys are something else.
We've had a nice head-to-head between both of the IGLs here. Some really well-called rounds, the mind games between them on that first map. We'll see how that continues on to this one as John finds himself in a new situation, IGLing a younger team, not surrounded by the big-name pros that he always has been in the past. This is a new undertaking for him. And really, he'd be replicating the success of what Ethan has done with this NRG team last year, bringing a group of new guys to the top of VCT. Center on this walk push down mid. It's being watched for by a very, very patient NRG, and you have to feel like NRG are maybe going to catch them. How is this timing worked out?
I don't know how Ethan doesn't see this.
Earth? But they haven't turned around. They don't know about Ethan.
Now Ethan is going to turn around? No, he's not. He's not turning around at all.
There's got to be. All right, there's got to be something happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go ahead and
Kiko
say.
has his hands on his head right now.
We'll be waiting for information on this one.
Kiko's showing us
Awesome.
the no hands gaming. I respect that a whole lot. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like we're gonna have a rollback in the round, folks. Game crash for one of our players. So we're trying to delve into this a little bit more. Because goes into the second map of the series. It's Sentinels fighting for their survival, fighting for their chance in playoffs, and for a shot at global with this new look, young gun roster up against the team who wrote the playbook on going to the challenge as well and promoting those individuals.
NRG worked themselves into A main pretty quick, just walking up into the site. Drone has gone scuba so deep, but pinged out by the recon and forced to tuck back towards Cubby. He just needs to get out of there before the wall drops. A little lucky to not take any damage while he does so.
So NRG exfil from that A side of the map. There's no real foothold on B. Just out in main right now, maybe waiting out some of this util. Cortezia, dangerous anchor player on this site. Really someone you've got to respect. Try and mitigate with some util. And Redux is going to make use of the double tap to use his body for info. Maybe tuck himself into elbow. Here's
This
the
is a
hit.
moment where Sen try to flood in past the wall. It's really tough to play like that against the high tide. Even though they do have 3 players here, there's still some level of concern that somebody on NRG could be trying to work towards mid as the other 2 Sen players try to rotate over. The random spam, the Sheriff is just dealing so much damage.
Some nice free damage. Yeah, this is obviously a map where Ethan's KO really looks sublime. Doing a little bit of everything. The 0 point comes in.
And NRG, they want to fight in front of this high tide, but look at the util that's being thrown their way by Sen.
There's an early warning here. Kiko pops up enough to see these players get into the corner. Redux able to bully his way through. They're up close. It's Cortezia who deals with Marta. Kiko trying to reposition now. On the other side of this high tide, it comes down, and so does the curtain on the Jets round. Redux is the cleaning crew, and Scuba has to play cringe off the site and try and stop this defuse. But Cove, pretty good ability, by the way. Cortezia, safe as a house, sticks the defuse.
Solid retake from Sen. They maintain control over by half wall with the 3 players. Wait for everyone to gather up. Go for the standard America's B retake that we've been seeing from like every team, I swear. Just cutting the site in half. It isolates some of NRG in the front. They get darted. They get hit by a relay bolt. NRG really don't have any space on the site at any given point. The guys in the main are cut off. This is just, that was a very, very America's breeze-coded round of stage 1, Mitch. That is
straight down to
how
its
we
blue
love to
jeans,
play it.
baby. Once again, it's Marta early here in the B main. Okay, does actually get himself that orb for his trouble. Back over towards the A side. There are a couple of walls here you can use simply just to get you in onto A. Do Sen just give up the side and try and play retake here? Or do they anchor in more like G2 style?
Joe's going to get that dart close and be able to peek deep to the left off of it. Certainly going to feel the pressure from Kiko. Jerwin into assist.
Uncomfortable Jerwin doing the most right now, and Johnny's there as well at the stinger. Better weapons win here for Sentinels.
Yeah, and you could just see John ready to go with that high tide. Throws it up to cut off the attackers so Sen can control more of the site, control both of the pyramids and fight from them.
It is not, in fact, Marvin time.
1 kill, but yeah, not enough. The first 2 rounds that NRG have lost on attack on this map, they were flawless up until this game. The 12-0.
Trust you to go for the incisive stat line.
And this is, we're going to be seeing a whole lot of this style of play from Sen. If they're posted up to flood defend on this site, it's just that wall being thrown from your harbor in front of pyramids. So
throw
everyone
the retake
can
wall,
just,
get in.
Yep, just get in. Keep control of that, you know, backside of the map, backside of pyramids and fight. All right, we've got NRG now on the full buy.
Default approach to the round.
Yep, just standard to throw your cove over towards B main. It's got the 30-second refresh, so you can just distribute them so frequently throughout the round.
The Aldrone is on the B side of the map, so NRG can't really navigate that A main play for now. Nothing off this early info util. Marta might want to cut the site yet again, or at least imply that that's the plan.
And if the hit comes in, Cortezia is ready to throw down that molly. Try to cut some players off. Hopefully isolate someone forward to get a free and easy kill.
Recon darts exchanged. So we're about to see a burst of pace. Look for the high tide wall to come up, and that's just happened immediately. Sentinels are aware of it. Double tap also popped, but there's no push.
Yeah, that sound just baited everything out. The high tide does go up, though, so NRG have to re-hit.
Here's the delayed hit now for NRG. Can everybody know when they're going to activate it? Oh, Kiko! Sharp his attack, but Redux is able to find some space to work
Cortez
in.
at that range, that's a nice little spray down with the stinger. Kiko's isolated in the sight, and just too many angles to clear. Cortez just needs to live, wait for his teammates to get into help. What a shot from Scuba.
Scuba's got to do more, though. This is not enough yet. Cortez here, back by that low wall. Can he set up a weird sort of crossfire? Jonah's looking for this.
The time is so low, though. 10 seconds. Has to try to bait someone out with a tap. Cortez just slowly wrapping.
Sound. He
lives.
Somehow avoiding being taken out there, and he can just peer over and get the job done. Dirty work, but someone's going to do it. Cortezia gets his hands muddied with the stinger in that site. Great anchoring so far from Sentinels.
That's a really good hold. NRG get the double tap out, and they get that molly out. Crucially, they waited out, and they re-hit with the high tide still up. But pushing through their own cove, Redux gets the two-man transfer.
Cortezia is a headshot machine, in fairness.
Redux has just been outstanding today, genuinely. He has been incredible. It's forced NRG.
NRG might have gotten onto that idea themselves here, but again, Sentinels can afford to dig in here and just fight with better weapons in and on this A side. How do you find the edge as NRG? 3-0, Sentinels really kicking them.
Got that instant one-way on defense. NRG just want to work around it, go for the fast pop. They have a couple stingers. Kiko hoping to get up close with the dash, play off that recon back sight, but SEN are far too wise to commit anyone to any close range engagements here. They're just going to wait this out. Got 3 players ready to go, but they're at the very least going to need to give enough space to give NRG the chance to plant the spike. But you can't imagine that's going to result in much. Surely not, right? They just got stingers, sheriffs.
Oh. This Aldrin timing's a nice time buy here for Brock. Joen does get lit. That's just the cost of doing business when you're tucked in the site.
So much is going to come down to this Scuba flank.
Relay bolt. Sentinels here just trying to wrap the cage up front and personal. Scuba, can he find the right timing? Sentinels starting to spray NRG down through these smokes. They got the better weapons and they're not afraid to use them. Cortez, he knows! A consummate knower of things. Cortez here for 2. And that's enough to break the back of NRG.
Don't let Cortez get a Viper map. Just don't let it happen.
Forget about it, bro.
Don't let it happen. Not in the form that he's been in. Absolute resurgence individually in this first stage.
I want to see how this looks on a gun round, but you see Sentinels they're amassing the case for playing off that A side and just having a nice retake.
Yeah, in that situation, no reason to fight close. If it's guns v guns, if we can flood, play with our wall, sure. But you don't want to give any kind of close-range engagement to a potential stinger or a Bucky or some other cringe. Just play back in for the retake, and Cortez is wise enough to play for one of the potential NRG win cons and watch mid. Now, Sherman has picked up this op, but he is denied the angle by 17 different smokes. So he's got to wait out a lot before he tries to do anything with that operator. So NRG look to just go back to the well on this big A hit, but if you look at the minimap, SEN has quite a few players here.
This is apropos of nothing. Brock is simply
kill
trying to speculate.
That's Ethan taken. Oh. Wow, but he wins it out.
Don't see that happen very often at all.
And now this really deep wall being thrown down just has John and Jerwin in no position to contribute to the team. They're waiting out Cortezia.
No, listen.
Make some sound on this flank. NRG watchful. Brock just going to keep jiggling this line. High tide goes up from the defender, so SEN can try to scale forward.
Cortez's flank is big, but Brock is already checking for it. Ethan could pop flash this? No, Brock just wins it out. Natty.
Yeah, and that is all she wrote on the round. If Cortez wins that, they could still try to pressure forward, but ultimates expended from NRG to get them over the finish line on that round. It's the Hunter's Fury to just kind of send reeling in the back lanes there, and Mata with the late reckoning. Kill from Brock seals it up. So, hey, if you're SEN, at least we got some ults out of them. That's what it took for them to win their first round.
That deep high tide, though, from NRG when they get into the side is really annoying for SEN to play into. They're gonna fight to retake 2 separate zones because of the Viper Wall, too.
Yeah, also just huge from Ethan to come up for his first kill in the game. It was to beat Redux in the kill contract. Massive 1v1 to win.
Yeah, bro would have been feeling like it was Groundhog Day when he got pulled into that ult.
Jerwin has the op still, saved it over. No chance to use it on that prior round. It's definitely tough to get tons of value with the op and the Harbor and Viper world on both teams. There's just constant walls, constant smoke, so many views, your lanes being obstructed.
Fast play for NRG. They're 0 point close here in A main and get Kiko onto the site
They
with a pretty limited amount of util having to be spent here.
Yeah, keeping it a little bit simple, hoping that Kiko could maybe get the entry, just updrafting over that wall. Ping onto John, so players from SEN that were lightly anchoring the site are spotted out, and now this deeper high tide is just going to bide some time for NRG to get posted up. Positions a little bit more forward, but ultimately they can't go any further than back pyramids. It's going to come down to the crossfires. Yeah. Let's see if Cortezia can maybe get in position to get that Viper's hit down on the spike.
In the context of the round, the high tide was pretty early though, and now that's not a factor for the attack side. Kiko concerned, now stunned up into the smoke is Jerwin, and he sprays him down. Looking good so far for Sentinels, really wresting this control back, and Cortez shouldn't have won that one out, but Ethan flabs the shot, and Brock's going to be forced on away. Another nice retake, this time with guns against guns by Sentinels.
Jerwin sweating down to 4 HP in the molly to get that defuse, but a great retake from SEN. NRG, they're just not able to get much forward space. There isn't a big reflank coming, no kind of backstab, and so SEN are just able to work their way right back in forward with all of their util. I mean, sure, maybe some of the kills go a different way, maybe if Ethan connects that one, but even still, it feels like he's just going to get traded onto, right? Like, so much more space for SEN to work with. Bonkar is feeling frustrated.
Well, that's about as good as it gets for NRG in terms of getting an A side executed.
Yeah, it's just get the spike down and then what, right? Like on that last round, they have the Reckoning for the post plant. All right, that's something big, but there, it's just nothing to work with.
Null command here for a fast hit to A, but all of Sentinel's base hit playing clear of this.
Right back in, it feels like, hey, we're getting the spike down. Let's just have a better post plant this time.
Yep. Let's scrutinize this retake, though. Jerwin, uncomfortable.
He is cooked in that corner.
That is big.
And now NRG are taking more forward space off a deeper high tide. That's the adjustment from the previous round. Even with this ore being thrown up to control deeper space. I like this from NRG.
Saw this deeper high tide on round 5 as well. It did look annoying to play into, but it will not last forever. It's now expired. Redux, though, stunned out by that Harbor util. Contingency can't be made use of. Kiko trying to play ahead of it and gets the double tap, but that's going to be refreshed here for Redux. It's tough to fight into this now. The ISO out of the game. Redux brought down by Marta. Here's the Reckoning that he's dodged away from. Ethan deftly sidesteps it. And Jonah's going to be able to get into the site. There's going to be coverage here from main though as well. And a late flank from Scuba. NRG have got everything they need now to win this round. But John gets it to half and then it's cut to size.
Good setup from NRG. Yeah, that genuinely was just, wait, well, we're getting the site for free. We got the spike down. Let's just set up our post plant in a more effective way. Let's get more space. They have that poison orbs thrown down deeper as well, so Kiko has that to play around on top of the high tide. When it goes down, that can go up. He can sit in there with the shorty, try to work around it, navigate for some kills.
Felt like they fought, deeper with that high tide and didn't overextend as well. I think that early kill on Jerwin is pretty massive.
Yeah, the Jerwin catches the first domino. That just sets it all up beautifully for NRG.
We just slam A until the cows come home. Looks like it might be a split variant or even a play up mid, but notice that Spike is being carried here, straight into the middle part of the map, and Isa on B.
Yeah, NRG just work right into that cove, 3, 2, 1, pop out, but Jerwin is on the line from tunnel. Finally, this off is coming into play. Cortez on that tight angle, doesn't go down.
Really no damage off that exchange. Jerwin is posted up and remains so. And now that Spike doesn't really have anywhere to go, there's no foothold on A at all. And I don't know what the B main presence for NRG was supposed to achieve, but they're also pulling off that line.
And they can't just work back into the A main hit if they want. Maybe try to split through as well. Brock still at least has the recon to try and re-clear A main. They could pop out of this with the one flash that Ethan has.
No undercut, which is a decent case for grouping up here.
Yeah, and there's that flash, there's the wall, and the smoke for the cross.
The high tide comes down before the plant, well before the plant, though.
Look at Redux there. He doesn't commit to trying to fight at all. He just gets right out, doubles up with John, 5-on-4. Let's just play this retake. Jerwin has the ult to get back in.
Redux is forced forward there by that snake bite, but he's good for it. Ready to throw down! Mata and Ethan just dashed aside. Brock once again fighting on his lonesome. And the SEN numbers are overwhelming.
That's a snappy little sick 2K from Redux. The adjustment, little movement sidestep onto the second. It's just some great mechanical gameplay from the man who's just looked like the best in the server across both maps.
One enemy remains left.
And also just playing the earlier portion of the round intelligently as well. He's posted up deeper towards Pyramid and A main, and then he circles back.
Nice.
Doubles up with his teammate.
And then it's a screen. The round there's no emotion.
I don't believe you.
It's just that easy, man.
These rounds, though, rise and fall on that first kill that German always seems to be involved in. That odd pick down mid was instrumental in round number 8. Still 3 rounds left in the half. Chance for NRG, 4 rather, to build their way back in.
And the adjustment this time is to have Jerwin op over on A. So you'll see if NRG try to hit into this, he can take that shot. And because SEN have 3 players there, because he has his ultimate to work with, they can throw up that wall for the actual like aggro fight defense. And Jerwin can just run around with his ult trying to get kills on these NRG players.
Okay, they're going to flash Kiko in immediately. Jerwin's going to have to fast lane for his own safety. But oh, with a ping! It's huge!
Down A.
So much info to play off that, but Kiko's already gotten deep enough here to punish. And now it's just Jonah P left stood here. Brock clears him out.
I felt like SEN were really set up for success there, but oh my god. Crazy kill from Cortezia. Spike now just going down. Scuba has to adjust the plan position to tuck in there safely.
NRG don't know that there are 2 players here. They're still worried about a flank through mid. There's an opportunity here that SEN can really just like double swing into one of these angles and turn into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, they still just have no idea where Redux is at.
And they're just going to get in for free. There's a Viper's Pit here for Cortezia. Is there an opportunity to deploy that? All util here for Redux. Undercut into the back corner. Scuba dealt with it. It's actually Ethan going down first. Here's Cortez moving up. He can clear corners, but didn't quite get there in time. Now the noise being made. Contingency thrown out. You're just going to push through this. NRG. That's an important round to find here.
I like the attempt, but NRG played that well to close it out. Good hit onto the site. I really thought SEN were going to be set up there to succeed. Having 3 players, Jerwin can take the shot. He can switch over to the Neon ult, but he just gets stunned up, caught. His wall is super awkward. No one is able to break that recon for him. I think some of the other walls were just...
Both teams get mass recon.
Yeah, we're just kind of covering up where it actually landed. No one able to break it. Just a lot of disruption. As that recon is going in as well, there's like the Hunter's Fury. There's just too much. They're overstimulated. There's too much going on to actually help Jerwin effectively there.
Aldrone into A. This time center pulled right off the site. They're going to look to re-clear mid here with a drone of their own. They're going to see absolutely nothing. This might still pull John across to Crow's Nest in case there's a push out of elbow, which is definitely what's afoot here.
And Jerwin not able to purchase an operator into this round, by the way. The economy for SEN is absolutely slipped to effectively nothing. Jonah, the only one cash reserves as the hit is going to go in to be as Cortezia and Redux on the anchor.
What
That's
a catch!
the first!
Got 2 players with that undercut. It's able to deal with Scuba easily enough, but Kiko is in amongst
And
it.
SEN are trying to flood. They're trying to help Cortez back here, but it goes down to Kiko.
Uncharacteristic. Normally Cortez locks it down on this anchor position. Now John is sat around this corner. Jerwin to the rescue though. Overdrive at the ready. And John is going to make use
Spike down B.
of the ruckus that he's caused. Jerwin scoops up a freebie and Sentinels explode back into the round.
He's looking casual with it. That was a sick adjustment from John to get that second little upper left mouse flick.
Enemy remaining.
Brock got destroyed.
Enemy Spike down.
Lovely little flood. Again, hey man, that's what happens when you hit the Cortez Redux site. Like, it's not happening. It's a brick wall. But credit to the rest of the team for being able to get there so fast. Jerwin is in a position playing like back on A, whereas the Neon, yeah, he can rotate all the way across to get there in time and support while the action is still happening.
Ridiculous. Fast hit here for NRG towards the B side.
You got straight B pop and nobody home, but there is going to be a kill contract for the retake.
Could be pretty big, but there's a Viper's Pit in play as well. It's a try to kill there, Ethan falls.
Well, Redux 0 for 1. He's going to need to get this so the team can succeed at the retake. Would have loved to have gotten the Viper, but it's Brock in the 1v1.
We'll have to settle here for the Sova, who had the util to spend afterwards.
Well fought.
Redux still here, ready to fight. Contingency can get them into the B side now, but the Viper's Pit's still a bit of a problem. Here's a Reckoning now. Headed over towards Tunnel.
Not doing much. Everyone's coming from main, and the high tide is just giving them a safe little entryway into the site, but time really is starting to dwindle from the clock.
It keeps Jerwin out. That is the one upside here, but he's still able to find Kiko one way or another. Scuba's going to be an absolute rat here, but he gets dug out. Sentinels in on the defuse now for an 8-round defense side.
They are looking phenomenal on this map. Ewok not lying when he said that they have just been drilling their breeze into the ground in Prac. It is showing. Redux, little stunning shot there. Made it look so easy.
The Reckoning looked a little bit awkward getting thrown out there.
SEN just completely circumvented by calling to go for the retake with the majority of the pack through main. High tide to get out. It covers up the pit. They're out safely. The Reckoning is just sent at Jerwin. It really just doesn't end up being effective.
He still kills Kiko. He just plays around the edge.
They just do a great job of entirely maneuvering around it.
And that was about as good as it gets for NRG. It's like a fast hit to B. They had control of the side. They're just going to carbon copy run it back again here. Just with worse weaponry.
They're going to get in. It's all for free. 5-on-5 retake.
I mean, free? They used all the walls.
I'm looking at Jonah. I'm looking at John. The two of them have one orb, just one orb away to get their ults online for this retake. So that could be really significant. There's not going to be any ults here for NRG whatsoever. They're not able to get any forward space in the site. They have to be concerned about getting pressed from every single lane right now.
This is SEN starting from zero to build a retake from scratch. 3 players towards Tunnel. Now they're starting to encroach. High tide is going to cover off the B main direction. Oh, Jerwin slips on in there. Kiko didn't know what hit him. Ethan now looking uncomfortable. Hit with that undercut contingency.
They're just divided, man. They can't support each other.
Sights cut up, and Jerwin is going to make mincemeat of them. Sentinels look absolutely dominant on this defense side. Make it 9 rounds headed into the half.
SEN on the B retakes are just executing them exactly as they've drawn them up, and NRG are just really playing into their hands here. SEN are looking fantastic on this defense side. NRG go from winning out an attack at 12-0 to only getting 3 rounds.
We got 9 on this side? I'm so freaking happy.
Again, last time NRG on this map, 12 Viper map. He is way too good on this agent, and Redux just across the board today. Fracture, even in the defeat, and Bree so far has just been putting up an outrageous duelist performance. He is the real deal. We've been waiting to see him in VCT for years, and the way it was worth it. He's definitely, as advertised, he lived up to the hype that began, well, like 2023?
Yep.
And he's still got it. He's even better than he was then. So
yeah, honestly molded into a bit of a leader, someone who's more flexible, more dynamic from that academy system. Notably, of course, Sentinels Academy.
SEN make their way out onto this A site with a high tide going up. Their comp definitely more brawly with this ISO in the mix, fighting close range. They're going to have to be concerned about dealing with Ethan's pop flashes coming through some of these walls when NRG are back on the retakes. Here comes their own high tide, cutting off the players in main and Cubby from the ones who are going to be entrenched on the site.
Oh, Kiko sees him slip past. That's an important kill, but can it be capitalized on? NRG now starting to get frenzied as they work towards the site. That's another for Kiko. Stacking them up. And now you're uncomfortable for Sentinels. You're backed into a corner, but that's where you fight best. It's Cortazir and Jerwin now. Coming to the 4. Out in the open, though, it's Brock trying to gun them down. Cortazir in the 1 versus 2. Can't quite get there.
Brock with that Sheriff on the pistol rounds feels like he's always going to be good for it. NRG succeed on the retake. And it's really, though, all about Kiko on that flank. Just gets a really nice little timed swing, waiting for the rotate from Jonah P to get back in main, catches him completely unaware. And then the little movement swing out. One tap on the John was just so crazy. Kiko definitely keeps NRG in the game here. His jet has been great.
In fairness, it's like a 50% pistol win rate for NRG. They've been solid. Won't take anything away from them here, but now they've really got to hit the ground running in the second half. Outlaw buyout for Kiko already.
And it's a 0 investment for SEN. They get the orb, and they'd be happy to just get the spike down. Maybe try and get another orb or spike down for Redux. Get him close to the kill contract. He is the one player in the server that is already really close to an ult, so that's something they can try to play too in the next round.
Suffice to say,
Just another
crosshair
one
placement is broken.
Oh, by the way, it's John back here. He's the one with the spike. So
Yeah, how patient, though, is Kiko expected to be here? He has eyes for 8. They are going to sell a fake on B.
They're trying to orb max with Redux. They were just waiting for the Cove to get thrown out over on the B side of the map. And NRG, they definitely know what's going on. It's
Are they
seeing
picking
the orb count going up.
They're picking a 3-man up mid. There's no one here to cover Marta at all. He's so alone in this position, except the Crow's Nest, though. In fairness, Brook is there. Marta's getting ready for it, though. He hears all of this. Double tap got broken on his way across. Marta's able to find 2. Now the wheels start to fall off the bus here for Sentinels.
Last player standing.
Marta,
Spike down mid.
he'll notch up 3 here in the middle part of the map, and Jonah will stand and deliver.
That's a win for Sen. They get a kill. They get Redux's ult. They get him 3 orbs in that round total from collecting both. He goes down, so that's a big W for them. And now they can run some kind of big set exec with that, or if they don't have a situation to use it on the actual hit, use it in the post plant when someone is trying to tap the spike, just take them away into the kill contract, 1v1.
I think what we don't see is Brook breaking the double tap shield as Redux crosses there. Could have gone slightly differently if not. Kill contract though, ready for the man himself. How's he done that?
Standing ahead.
All right, running up mid super fast. A split kill contract is going to get one. That's Ethan out of the mix. It's
Ethan won last time, dangerous. Redux, this time gets him. And he'll be fighting fit as soon as he gets himself out of the pocket dimension. Marta here on the site.
Tried to fully commit to this. They've expended their high tide here. They're not out into the site, and NRG have rotated. They've got 3 players ready to go, but even they at this point are concerned that Sen could be getting elsewhere with the main hit. They've fully rotated off. They've given this site. The noise cut has kind of broken their brains. That's a great kill for Marta to find, though.
This is a very NRG-coded dead stop by Sentinels. The same thing their opponents like to do to them in the mid-round. Marta finding that kill out of mid-door, that's big.
Yeah, they just have to wait for that charge on the Viper wall to go back up. But they're concerned about actually walking out into the site. Spam from Marta just keeps them very hesitant. And in this moment as well, Jonah doesn't have the reset yet on his recon. They'd love to have that, and not having it in that moment is pretty scary. So they end up just waiting for it. With 30 seconds on the clock, they're going to make the full rotate over towards this B side where the pressure is going to be on Kiko. He's holding the off angle with this Outlaw. Can he get the catch? There are 2
players have full armor.
Yeah, 2 light.
Here's the cross. Coming in, it's Redux first up. Eventually Kiko's going to be outdone.
Though. John is down to 10 HP as well.
Yeah, damage done. The kill for Kiko. Some time bought. Sentinels, though, in the last gasps of the round are going to be able to get this plant in place.
Look at Cortez. He is the linchpin of the round win here for Sen. He is just lurking in mid. Gonna bide his time in tunnel. Problem is Spike is not exactly planted in the best spot for him. He'll still have to work forward, but maybe a backstab kill and just living and distracting could be enough for the rest of the players to work off of.
This wall comes down at a pretty interesting moment. Here NRG just pushed out in the open on the side. They hear the shots coming in from Cortezia. He's going to try and gain some ground. Push up. Cove now is going to be in play. Scuba with the spray through it. Here comes Marta. There's no way you're ready for this. And Cortez has his head ripped clean off. It's on Jonah now, but 3 players swarming this DP's location. One is not enough.
They were so weak. And with time that low, a real chance for Jonah to clutch again in this series. Had a couple of them back on Fracture. But NRG, despite losing a player immediately, just wrangle that round back. Mata getting the catch onto Jerwin. And then keeping Sen at bay from trying to execute into that A site in the mid-round. They pivot back to B, and that's right into Kiko's waiting arms.
Yeah. Nice, nice.
For taking your foot off the gas.
And they're up against a team that also has a reckoning on this round. So they can absolutely just play to a big Harbor retake, as is the America's way on Breeze right now.
Watch out. This is a force round. There's 4 half armors on the field. So how do you shut down Kiko's lines? Don't show your leg, I guess, is the only answer.
At least now they have the info on where that Outlaw is placed, right? So it's just trying to work out of a main, but that's not going to happen when 3 of you are delayed by the suppress.
Big info. The Viper wasn't caught in the 0 point, but they still didn't want to take the risk, of course. Having your Neon suppressed is no bueno.
Center on the rotate off. They have to be worried about this Outlaw watching the cross on mid again.
Brock feels like he's probably seen enough here. They're going to get the Harbor up on the line.
Good for the trade. I'll take that trade all day if I'm SEN.
100%.
Hey, sucks we lost our Sova, our Recon, all that to get in, but we don't have to deal with the reckoning. Oh man, Scuba with the first.
Redux able to get through though. The contingency comes up just a second too late.
Still, no one is able to actually help Scuba on this site. He is alone, but they need to deal with him immediately, and they just can't do it.
John is down. That's a spike loose as well. Only just Redux wins it out, but there's a trade there. Brock has finally arrived. The spike's loose in main. Sentinels forced into this round. It was a risk, a gambit. The deck was stacked against them. And now Cortezia at 14 and 8 has to pull off a dirty 1v2 to pay this theory off.
20 seconds. He's going to run away. He's just sending it to the A site. He is going to be able to get in there. NRG, they just want to stay doubled up, of course. I mean, by the time it gets to a situation where the spike is down, all that, Brock should have his recon back. Ethan still has the 0 point to work with as well, right? So they can definitely expend those tools to just spot out Cortezia's position.
Trying to play a 1v2 against 2 scan initiators is brutal.
Cortezia is just trying to maneuver into somewhere where NRG would at least expect him to be. He's pressed up far more forward right now.
There goes the 0 point. This is not going to spot Cortezia, but this is eliminating possibilities, Ethan. Okay. The swing trade wasn't needed. We're on our feet here. NRG have done it. Sentinels throw caution to the wind and force into that round. It doesn't work.
Yeah, at least the loss bonus is at max, and they got the spike down, so they'll be able to put together another solid buy. Scuba with that first kill. No one able to swing for the instant trade is unfortunate. It's allowed enough time to just keep working himself on that site into another 1v1 that he wins. Listen, Ethan isn't putting up the crazy numbers in the server right now, but he had some impactful utility so far on this half. Really important suppresses coming through, and there just wins out a high-impact duel against Cortezia to seal that round away.
Kiko was controlled pretty well in that round. That Outlaw didn't get much done.
So SEN looks like they're just going to throw together like barely even a semi-bar. I mean, it's just
still Chico?
5 sheriffs.
Kiko, yeah, dangerous. That near sighting. It's going to force him back. Joe, and those suffers the same kiss of the ocean.
Counter Sun just pushes him away. Pivot into the B site. Hit is coming right now. High Tide is up. Scuba is isolated from the rest of the team. Ethan's with the spray. Just gets the first, though.
Can Scuba do it yet again? The timing is pretty good, but he misses the shot. John waiting for him this time. Still not able to get the better of him. Ethan was there. Marta locked it down. And Cortezia. Again, this is Sheriff. Buy-in. And really, he is insanely trapped. The makings of a flawless round at work here. Might find Kiko, though. That'll happen. Brock, though, ready to pick up the slack. And now, the lead has been shrunk to a single round after a 9-3 halftime score.
Yeah, with the 5 sheriffs trying to dive onto the anchor, just not ideal. NRG are also able to just flood in together so fast. Ethan gets the first spray kill. They push through the wall off the flash. That is the nice thing about running the KO on this comp. You can flood pretty effectively with the pop flashes through the walls, whereas some of the other comps that people are running, they don't have the same ability.
They have a Sky, maybe, right? At best?
Well, yeah, if you're one team out of like the globe, yeah. I mean, or if you're under Thieves with the Phoenix. But yeah, it's just one additional thing that NRG can do on this map a little bit more effectively. Here comes that Huntress Fury. Counter reckoning from the defense to just keep SEN stuffed in this choke.
Oh, Joe, he's boned. Nothing you can do about that. Marta with the reckoning. He's going to walk into one of his own and doesn't seem to care. He'll play up in this corner anyway. Hoping that he's conditioned his opponents not to expect him to be so tight to them.
Oh,
John knows ready for it.
Mata was just tucked back like the entire time. Is anyone going to reveal themselves to Kiko? Patient on this line right now. Dash going to expire.
Brock, though.
Yeah, he pushes forward with the op watching his back.
Is he going to be followed up, though, as he hits into the back of the site? This Aldrone is nice timing. They can't push ahead of it. Brock now shoulder peeks and overextends.
Look at Scuba in main. This flank timing. Make or break for NRG on this round.
Surely they're going to watch for it. You saw the look in that direction by Jonah P, but it's Kiko.
Chan's just uncomfortable. He's walking forward. He's caught.
Kiko just trying to keep them busy, keep them interested. Obscure the fact that Scuba's coming in, but time is getting short here. They're going to double him up. That's Kiko down. Scuba doesn't really have the time to fend off 2 assailants and defuse, and so Sentinels, amidst the debris, they cobble together an important round to keep them ahead.
Stunning little kill in the midst of everything that was happening from John. Just turns on Mata, who is so patient, backside. That's a round-defining kill. And then in the end there, Jonah and Redux, they're doubling up. Just isolating each player one at a time to get those kills. Desperately needed round for SEN.
I need a gun.
Maintaining the lead just barely.
Still, some extra cash left over for NRG means they can simply run this back. They've got the Hunter's Fury this time. An early Viper's Pit here into B main.
And they had a lot of players still with it on B, thinking that it was possible Redux could just try to take the Viper away and they'd execute off the back of it so they'd have a bunch of people ready to go. But no, it's just the A site that SEN will be working their way into, keeping it simple. Cortezia has the Viper's Pit of his own for this post plant. Redux no longer with the shield, but he still has the kill contract for a late moment in this round to try and get the win.
Hunter's Fury here to try and clear this Viper's Pit out, but for how long can you do that? It's been used to very limited effect, and so we'll see Cortezia walk back in.
Look at the map right now. Only Jerwin in right now. 1v1 against Kiko. Redux 2 for 1 in these kill contracts.
There's a big ask. Kiko dangerous to Sainer, but Redux wins it out yet again. And now, SEN buoyed in confidence by that moment could go ham on the site. Jerwin sprays through, it's 2 down. Now Scuba, he and Brock have to put this together. Instead, they decide to call a cancel. There's nothing to be done.
Just no way. SEN just setting Jerwin up as the lone man to play in the pit to try to disrupt, get kills when NRG are forcing their way back into it after the kill contract is used. Redux 3 for 1 now. Shot in there was so sick to delete Kiko. And then the rest of SEN, they can just relax back in main. And with all of that going on, with the bit of the delay from the kill contract, with Jerwin fighting forward, getting kills, they can just bide their time and wait to all spam together in the pit.
And you can watch that self-belief start to be exuded here.
NRG had a whole idea on B as to how they wanted that round to play out, and it did not come to fruition. They were forced into a third year playing with Scuba. He gets poached by NRG midway through the Challengers year. Your team is looking good, then he wins champs. And then now it's finally your turn to get into the Partnership League, the real VCT main league, and he is making the most of it right now. SEN are just looking to get into A again. It's that deep recon to clear out back right of sight. Jerwin going to take all of that space. And Cortezio watching from bottom mid. 1 for 1, he'll take it. That was looking really, really sus.
Importantly, Ethan's still standing though, so there's a null command for a retake attempt. Could be a little bit longer though. Ethan just, okay, a little bit, fell a little bit solo there, but just going to be sprayed down. That's such a high value kill for Jerwin to find.
And this time from SEN, look at Jonah. He's on this rewrap coming from mid as well. Layers, different layers on this post-plant setup for SEN to work with.
And Jerwin looks comfortable. He really doesn't look like he's threatened all that much. Mata dealt with Redux, so look how close up on pillars they are. They're not ready for the timing. Jerwin is overwhelmed by Mata in his proximity. Shock dart attempt here now out in the open. It's Kiko. Slaps Jonah down. That's the flank neutralized. And NRG sneak it back to a 2-round game.
Oh, that's a horrific little timing for Jonah to find. Just switches to the shock dart right as Kiko was showing himself in front of him. So he's not able to collect that free kill. And with Jerwin just entrenched on site there, dealing with looking at the cove in front and knowing that someone could be wrapping around that wall on the left because his crossfire angle is now cut off with his teammate in main. He couldn't get any help. So you see him just wildly snapping back and forth, just hoping that he's going to hit the timing when they peek him. But like, what are the odds that that's going to happen? It's just so difficult to manage that situation.
That was a really costly round for NRG, though. They've got to be careful about their spending here. Brock's only sitting on a shorty.
Center all the way up into A again. They just have it really, or rather Jerwin positioned really deep.
Jerwin's able to get the fast lane up before he's suppressed, but he doesn't have the burst of pace that he would like in that situation. Now command on the retake against a Neon Comp is a powerful tool indeed. Yeah, so here come NRG now. 0 Point also pings out 3 players, Wyatt.
Now Brock has gotten himself a rifle, so all good on what was happening there. And Redux is caught in the cubby. I don't know if anyone can really help him. They cannot. They are just smoked off, cut off in main. He goes down isolated. SEN are trying to make the run back towards this B side, but Mata wants to cut them off. This is the off angle that Kiko used to destroy them in this same situation earlier this half.
Cortez is good though. He's better, in fact.
All right, this site is open. There's a chance that if John gets the spike down, he'll have the reckoning as well.
Tentative though, from Sentinels getting into this B site, aware of players that could be embedded. They haven't seen Scuba, I guess.
And because they have to be apprehensive, it's allowing NRG all of this time to gather up at the arches. Do they want to accelerate in while the spike is going down before the reckoning is an option? They really can. Here comes that ult from John. Pivotal moment in the round.
Dodged away from by everybody but Brock here. So NRG still have a foothold on this side. Ethan has to whip around there. At least it can be traded out.
He thought he got it and he turned.
It's John now. In the post plant, Kiko might have spotted him out there. It's unclear. Yes, they're doubled up. NRG waiting for him, but John does not have to move. He's not under any pressure. He can bide his time. They may not know where he's repositioned. John has an opportunity to descend upon them here, but it's not planted for him. Around the corner, Brock shuts him down. A must-win round in the game for NRG. It's a squeaker, but they get there.
Yeah, they are beginning to clutch out these scrappy late-round post-plant situations. As NRG are just clawing towards tying up this game at 11.
I mean, this is the Merriam-Webster definition of scrappy. This retake here for the defenders.
They're getting uncomfortably close for SEN, for Ewoks. The Stinger, Jerwin is obviously going to use that all. Jonah with just the Guardian here. So they're kind of forcing with what they can. Let's see what the plan is. They are grouped up towards A, but this time looking like they want to go for the split. Jerwin is just sending it through doors. Ethan could absolutely get caught here. He's stuck in the site. He's trapped, but he's just narrowly going to get past that wall.
Yeah, clever from Jerwin not to play main. The suppression would have stopped him in his tracks. The 0 point did hit.
And so this deep high tied up, yeah, it posts up Jerwin close, but he just popped his ult. He has nothing to work with. He's got a classic and a light armor.
Yeah, he's in a dangerous spot. But he's going to have to commit now. Here's a reckoning to clear out that orange position. Jerwin affected by it. But Jonah P's able to find Kiko in the background. Mata hasn't quite been able to wrap around and get Jerwin. There's Brock dealing with him. Sentinels keeping their heads down for the time being. Here's a deep wall for the retake.
Redux isolated in the site because of it. What can he accomplish? He is alone.
Flashed away, but making a lot of noise, and Mata's able to bring him down. John inside the cove. Can't find value off the Stinger. Jonah has to play post plant here. This is uncomfortable as Brock. Not just a third. It's on Jonah, and it's not enough. Step into the Brocktagon, and you'll regret it. NRG, even the game.
Jonah finds that great kill on the flank with Kiko wrapping behind, but with the only player pressed up front, Jerwin only with a classic. No one can really fight off of him either. He is just fully isolated. Goes down with a whimper.
Can we win? Can we win? Come on!
And the rest of the team, man, they're just all caught in main. It's this situation we keep seeing on Breeze.
Wait, what?
Wait, why is Cubert in that room?
Well, I mean...
Wait.
I'm not really sure.
Wait a second.
Has he been abducted?
Yeah, well,
Okay, you know what? We're going to move on.
Yeah, anyway. This is an important game, I've heard.
So
that moment wouldn't have you believing it, but
broke my immersion,
this is actually for the last spot in the playoffs. Someone's being eliminated. Just quick reminder, SEN are heading into this site.
Redux has got that ultimate here. This is a little bit dangerous. Ethan did play that 0 point, suppressing Jerwin briefly, so he can't get as deep as he would like to. And a very early high tide retake wall for NRG. They can't to pocket out to the back of the A side. They're daring Sentinels to push through.
Ethan caught in that kill contract. Round 3 between these two.
Double tap active, broken already. Ethan ready for the fight, and he wins it! That could be the straw that breaks the camel's back! Sentinels down to 3, and they're not really in the sight. Jerwin is close. Up front and personal here for Ethan, but bro's not taking any risks.
And Brock is just isolated, though. No one able to assist. 100 Fury. Jerwin is in, but 3 players staring his way. John able to get that one trade. Now he's isolated. He needs help from Jonah, who's stuck behind this cove. Ethan, low HP. They've spotted him out.
Here's the late wrap coming through mid as well. Scuba could be a wrinkle in this plan that SEN are not prepared for.
Yeah, he's apprehensive that they could have left, but they're not. They're committing to this. 2 versus 3 on the site. John low HP trying to wrap back Pyramid as Scuba gets in the mix. Everyone from NRG here. They're ready to fight. And SEN are just trapped back site. They have no space to work with.
Back to back is the way SEN are going to go. It's the way they came into the round. Jonah traded out. It's going to be John with 31 health. John to do it all. Surely not Scuba. Oh, he's done it.
What?
The mastermind.
What?
pulls off the unthinkable! The Red Bull clutch to put SEN on map points! Soak it in!
Enemy remain.
This is what championship pedigree looks like in the making. John wins the unwinnable.
Oh my God. That is one of the craziest plays of the year. Bonko cannot believe that.
Standing ahead.
How
Still.
does SEN close it out, though?
Money for NRG, plenty to spend.
Listen, that one gets the adrenaline going, but it's time to rein it back in. They need one more round. NRG can still bring this to OT.
No
SEN, they need to close it out after a play like that.
Gerwin is deep. They don't know he's so far in. He's going to have a timing. He got past the 0 point. This is massive.
Wow, and he wants more, and he's got it.
2 for Gerwin. He's stacking them up. And Scuba and Marta, the last standing, in no position to really do much about this. Look at the mid-presence here for Sentinels. They have the map locked. Marta biding his time, sees a bit of Gerwin. He's tapped up, slide comes in, and he still wins it out. Scuba also finds success in mid. It's all on him, though. And he's a long way from the action.
And I'm sweating just watching these 1v1s being taken.
He's got a snake bite. Can he find the right use for this? We might see an adjustment of plant location, and a Viper's Pit comes down. Cortesia will play at the fringes of it.
Planted.
That's a spike deployed.
Into the deep.
Jeez, they've got everything. Kitchen sink thrown alongside the Reckoning. The Scuba is well clear of it. Into the edge of the pit. Knows he's got to dig deep. 3 players patrolling the edges of this Viper Pit. And Scuba will emerge very low due to the decay. How do you fight your way out of this situation? SEN giving no openings. Not making any mistakes. And Scuba now has to reveal himself, make some noise, and just go for it. It's not enough!
Attackers win.
Ladies and gentlemen, you deserve a series that goes all the way. The final playoff spot here in Stage 1 remains on the line as SEN. Some real consistency. Now, it's been a rocky Stage 1 for everyone in Americas, to be fair. As Cortesia said, we all have problems we need to figure out. In this last map of the series, it's a question of who can come to a solve first.
NRG are fast to work up towards C. It's a silent 4-man walk out of B from SEN. This is something that PaperX actually did earlier this season, and it catches out Scuba completely. Now they want to accelerate onto this flank towards C as the space is just acquiesced by Cortesia. That is the job of the Vice so often on this map on defense. You just delay, you live. NRG, though, they love to take this forward
They
space.
stick Marta on the corner.
And he goes down. Cortesia just patient, and there's an overthrow.
Oh, what was the paranoia?
It
Hello?
completely whiffed.
Straight overhead, Cortesia able to duck it. And he finds 2 kills. He starts to pave the way for SEN on this retake now. In comes the paranoia. Ethan's starting to feel the pressure, the pinch. And Cortesia notches 3 kills.
Just offered him up, silver platter here, one at a time.
Yeah,
and
please,
Cortesia
take these,
does
get
not
started,
miss.
get some momentum, some confidence.
It's going to get the headshot percentage back up for Cortesia. Not that it ever really went down. That was just one of the crazy stats he was lauded for heading into his rookie year, the headshots.
Is Kiko trying to hit the ISS?
NRG and Mata, he loves to call for his teammates to come support him on these C hits to get more space. He'll be very vocal in what he wants everyone around him to do. You can expect them to take that space. It's a necessity when you're getting the C site as an attacker on
He
this
asks
Lotus
for
map.
the God Smoke in halls there. They're one way on the corner to post him
But
up.
they went for just a little bit too much there. And Cortesia punishes them with some snappy shooting. Gets SEN out to this early lead, and now they've got rubble control. And with it, they can pivot back towards the other sides of the map.
We're going to be looking closely at NRG to reset some of these rounds to try and invite mistakes.
Now you can look at Cortesia's game plan right now. It's wall on B for the team. If they hit C, I have a Thorn's back sight. He has no intentions of holding it. And if they go back to A, we posted up Redux at the beginning of the round here with a judge. This is really nice from SEN. Just a very efficient round to completely dismantle this eco buy.
It's great map control, and the shield wall isn't triggered at all there.
No, and that is going to be a major sticking point of the analysis of this map is how good will these teams be at actually dealing with all of this nice util. Yeah, what are the protocols for getting the walls out? It's crucial in the Lotus matchup right now.
It's going to be hard to shift Redux from this position.
Split as well. There are just some maps in the pool where Vice is absolutely dominant. And the teams that are the
30
best at
seconds left.
working around her are the teams that are succeeding.
Funneling Redux these kills is massive. An early showstopper to clear a site to open the way for a retake. Could be monumental. Scuba's going to give him another one. No, Jonah takes it.
And he's happy to. Jonah is getting pretty close to an early nightfall. So that was a very clean anti-eco round here from SEN. NRG only 1 kill to their name so far, so straying pretty far away from getting any early ultimates. As SEN try to play out this bonus round.
Cortez was not lying about having to put the work in at this point. You said it last time we saw this map, it was a pretty dreary showing against Crew with a different comp. SEN have really been workshopping Lotus.
So I want to see what the bonus round game plan is from SEN, because they throw the Judge over to Jerwin. Looks like he wants to just get posted up close B main with that, while they again take A control, get your classic Seize nade for the teleport back rubble. But NRG, they're all pace. At the moment, they just want to get towards this C side, activate the wall, but they don't want to overcommit.
There could be a crunch here. Nora leaks a thread of one. Here's the
Wow,
cross
they
and
go
shotgun.
straight in. I thought we were maybe headed towards a classic NRG little slowdown, but that is not the case. Look at SEN on the minimap. They've fully rotated here.
Yeah, and SEN are in. They're very much ready for this. But
they're
Raw
perhaps a little too in.
Oda get picked up. That's going to punish that commitment from Sentinels. This is pre-plant, by the way. SEN look to run across and take a fight. Cortesia still has this Judge recovered. A little tricky to find use for it now, though, as there's a bit of a gap between him and the next player outside this smoke, as he may well be about to discover. It's a cacophony of fired shots here, and Brock is caught unawares. It's a trade, though.
Yeah, Cortezia just goes for the timing play, takes out a very low HP Brock. Kiko now low as well.
John has a Marshall backside.
At this point, more than anything, just
seconds
feels like
left.
SEN are threatening more economic damage to NRG, which they would be happy with. It's their bonus round, right? But
Here's the classic NRG round reset, right? Hoping to tease something up. I'd love to take a beat here.
Ethan gets his haunt back, so that'll be pretty useful as the smoke comes down. Can throw that backside for some info in a moment here.
And there is obviously a gap in this smoke by
One enemy
design.
remaining.
Kiko sees Redux's toes through. And there it is, a veritable firing squad lined up at the back of the C site to get NRG their first of the map.
NRG really, for a moment there, felt like they might have brute forced their way into the site to their own demise. So the first kill goes the way of SEN's Judge, right? But yeah, Brock is able to get that two-man spray down with the Odin, and from there, NRG can just really pace things out with the better weaponry to close the round out.
And maybe there's like a desperation for those two players off Waterfall to get into the site. It's unclear, but we've got a proper buy here, though. Look out, Jonah P. The Professor has gotten himself an Odin. One of the most prolific Odin abusers on this map during that G2 stint. He may have met his match in Brock, though.
SEN not as active getting the space towards A long. This time they're actually posted up in the site with Jerwin. Great shot with the Outlaw. Mata down. And luckily our streamers. We're still going. We're all good. But now Cortesia is just in backside, posted up still with Jerwin there.
Still a minute in the round. Sheer wall over towards the B side.
Find you.
NRG don't like what they've seen here. Perhaps it's something to do with them getting shot in the face by Jerwin. But now finally that Scuba Lurk's getting activated. We don't see Redux, feeling comfortable enough to push up close. He's obviously not playing a Judge anyway. So now Scuba's made some space around this wall, and there's a way in. 40 seconds left to play. Typical stair side smoke, as Jonah probably will spray through it for a bit. Does he haunt it out?
Yeah, I was waiting for that haunt reset. Gets broken. Center on the fast rotate. Jerwin already in the spawn.
Great timing to move
Four
back.
players here. 25 seconds to get the spike down. SEN can absolutely just flood it right on top of NRG.
Yep. Site is clear as far as NRG are concerned, but they're going to be having to play a post-plant with 4. And all of Sentinels are grouped for this. Haunt, the C's rather, just to check the extremities, and a smoke to try and keep NRG safely boxed in.
Sen just want to make sure first that there's no loose end to tie up over towards A. Rubble. Not going to be the case. NRG, they are just fully entrenched in this site and now fully surrounded as Sen are making their way through door as well.
They can go hell for leather now. They know they've covered all their bases. They dotted right, they crossed their T's, and now it's time to dive on in. Nice paranoia, catches on the two at the back of the side. It's going to be the Odin singing out, but Jonah finds himself too. Sen on this retake. It's the only Ethan standing in their way, and they're going to overload him with sheer weight of numbers. Ethan trying to play this carefully. Good damage on John. Can't finish off Cortez.
Sen are lovely on the retake. They're just gaining all of the map control back. It's with the amount of time they have, the comfort they feel in expending some of it to re-clear out towards Rubble, go back through tree, and that is just going to get NRG fully trapped in this site. Crunched on from every angle and just dismantled.
How many bullets to this guy, bro? 120.
Okay, NRG are frustrating to play against on this map, right? They're on the attack side of Lotus. It's a big map. You can pull rotates. An important
Giants on Lotus, then they beat Fnatic on Lotus in the finals that they then win. Like, I've always associated this map with them as one of their best. So it's a tough task for Sen here to close out this series, but it's a great start. They've been controlling A very well in a lot of these rounds. Again, early here, they're fighting for it, and then they're going to leave one player entrenched, and NRG just favoring this C side again, where Cortesia is playing pretty passive. Going to be forced away by the Steel Garden. You can see everyone on Sen just playing at the peripheries of that circle on the map.
Now we see NRG line up at the back, and look at Mata. Wants to work into halls, but isn't nearly as deep this time.
There's no control that can be taken. Sen are comfortably posted up in waterfall and back halls.
Okay, Steel Garden comes out now, but Cortesia does get caught as he tries to unleash it. Here's Redux, he's going for it now. Showstopper in play. Sees John TP in front of him into the Razor Vine. He is lacerated to death. Still, Ethan got to be caught out on the corner there. Brock tucked in now as that decay is expiring. 3-on-3. Joan might try and swing this with an Odin as well. The spray comes in from Jonah, but Brock is ready for it. Trying to beat a man in his own game. A dangerous business. And now Scuba with the Stinger has to go to work. And you better believe he's good for it. Red Bull clutch for NRG. A scrappy round. Dangerous post-plant on C, but they convert.
Denies Redux the defuse. Every ult that everyone had just got pressed at the same time. You have NRG trying to activate an aggro play into Waterfall as the Steel Garden was being used just before those weapons would have gotten ripped away from them. Do something hyper-disruptive, which was a necessity. They have no map control.
That might be the loudest I've heard, Scooby.
NRG risk everything to win out that round. And they do it just so narrowly, right into the A fight. Arsene again, they're trying to take that space. And NRG for the first time do really anything to contest it. And that's just Mata posting up with the Outlaw, hitting the instant shot, and Jerwin is removed from the round.
But that one kill, that is going to keep Jonah on this side of the map for far longer than he would like. If there's a need to rotate, Jonah can never be sure.
Yeah, he'd love to be able to go somewhere else or have the Neon stay there and he could go somewhere else. Someone post up and you can have another rotator, right? And that's just not the case. He's hard committed to this.
I think your initiator is solo holding the weak side of the map.
But he's got the Odin.
And we know he knows how to use it. Right, well, we get the idea now. Shield wall placed behind NRG. They are going to try and make use of the opening they've made on the A side and this lurk wall. Here's the Prowler. Jonah P gets some advance notice, though. Back into tree.
I'll find you.
NRG, they're going to want none of that. Just knowing that the Odin is on that side of the map is enough to have desires to try and pressure elsewhere, right? With 30 seconds left, though, they're going to go back into the Odin, and Jonah is still just over on A. They wanted to make some noise over towards C and then explode out into Rubble. Yeah, they caught Jonah. Wonderful late little round call. And now they have this A site for free. Ethan is on a late backstab as well as Sen are just scrambling towards the site.
10 seconds left.
There is a shield wall, though. Cortez needs to go down before Ethan can really get active on this B side. And Johnny's even looking at it. He's mindful. There's no hurry for Ethan in that B position. Here comes Cortez. Okay, now that shield wall is disengaged. Ethan can start to move with a bit more impunity here over towards Baby Door.
These last two players for Sen have no money in the bank, though. They have got to get out of there and save these guns, surely.
How do they get out safely, though? knowing that Ethan is somewhere in the mix behind them.
At this point, neither side has any money.
John's
so
in trouble.
kind of just committed to
Player
fighting, and yeah, John blinded up, caught by the Odin and the Stinger as well from Blue, so he is done.
Redux has got no escape here. Economic damage also not
So
forthcoming.
awkward. What a lovely little late round call from NRG, from Ethan. They give the info on the Odin that Jonah is there over towards a rubble. Could have gone out tree, but they don't know that for sure. He could be posted up. Someone else could be still posted up too, right? They go back over towards C. Super fast pressure with the Neon coming through, acting like they heard the Odin, and now they're trying to pivot to the other site because of it. But they just wait out in lobby, double back. Jonah gets exposed by the re-clear utility. They all push out of that A-main choke together and deal with him.
In the end, it's a dangerous game to leave Jonah
That's
alone.
great calling. But what can they do? What's the option, right? When they lose that one player so early. Now, SEN on this eco, they push all the way through C, ult being used by Jerwin, and that's going to force NRG to get into this A side where SEN at least have the Vice util, right? They're funneling them into that, excuse me, shorty backside. So maybe there's a way for SEN to claw themselves into this round.
And this is quite deep here for Scuba. Sheer wall, though, was eventually cleared. Oh, despair from Brock! What a high-value kill. Player hiding in the smoke here. It's Cortez. Surely not three! Heads are rolling, and time has been bought. 4 for Cortez. The headshot bandit almost delivers a miracle, but he's done enough here, surely, for Sentinels. Mata alone. Spike at least to hand.
Jonah recovers a gun. They needed that desperately. Jerwin is tucked in the site. Surely he doesn't feel like he can risk trying to get out to get a second one. He just has to stay in that position. Cortez has done so much, but SEN are not out of the woods. They haven't won this round yet.
You're right, Jonah has a gun. They're not playing together, though. Mata, correction, sees the player, and that's 3 now. Is this enough reason for him to get out of here?
30 seconds left.
Jonah's got the gun, dropped into pit amidst that fight. Mata's trying to slip, slide away. Over the baby door and over for a B plant we go.
Or C, he can go wherever he wants. Just the fake tap on B into the run to C, and Jonah has to be a little bit weary on his way rotating, so even just those little moments of forced hesitancy are going to add up as he tries to successfully get this crucial round over the finish line. And Cortezia is watching this with bated breath. He has done the most for his team on that site, and it still might not be enough. There's so much for Jonah to clear. He has to play this like agonizingly slow.
He is going to see the spike location and know exactly where Mata is playing from. That isn't going to help him, though, in terms of time. I love this close sneak here from Mata in the way to the world on Jonah's shoulders. There's a Red Bull clutch and 4 kills come back from Mata as things were almost derailed by one young Carlton Banks.
Of that for nothing. Cortezia just trying his absolute hardest to be the hero. The Sheriff 4-piece just wasn't enough.
And that might end up being the metaphor for this game if SEN pull up short.
This is a moment where the resolve of SEN, this younger team, is really going to be tested. Another tough pill to swallow for them that they have to fight back from. They've got the full buy on this round. They did a lot of damage to NRG's economy, but not enough to even force a break of it if they win here.
Tons of soul util, shield wall out of tree, steel garden as well. Cortezia can survive long enough to use it, and Mata's down.
He is playing with some determination. The rest of the team able to get over quickly, support him.
Redux a little spotty on the aim there. That's going to give Brock a second lease of life.
Just tucked in on default box.
Spike to hand. He is swimming with the sharks, though. SEN are patrolling. Rapid around the site. And somehow you've got to extract this spike if you have any intention of going elsewhere.
Now he's smoked off as well. He's still just stuck. He can't move.
He is the imposter. Jobin takes Kiko down. That's your controller util missing. Cortez briefly flashed up, and now finally some relief for Scuba. Even a pre-plant pit, in fact. Scuba's going to get that one down. Caesar's going to be respected, though. He's caught inside of it, but follow-up util not forthcoming. We'll see a plant here.
Yeah, no one able to spam. There's not a nade for Redux to throw.
Jobin's going to try and get out. Oh my goodness, what was that? Brock got ruined. Still, the Viper's Pit is something you've got to contend with. 2 players for NRG up, make it 1. Ethan shows himself with the spray. And now Scuba has to do it all. Sees Redux come through, but gets exposed. And Jerwin notches his 3rd.
That slide kill onto Brock was incredible from Jerwin. Getting the Odin out of the picture on the spam angle from Tree, that completely opens up the retake.
Getting a voice break out of me, not easy to do, Jerwin.
He was steady with the aim against Kiko as well. That fight when he was in blue room. Comes up huge for the team, pivotal round. Fully bought in there.
You can see Jerwin very contained. He's trying to make sure he can hit each of these rounds with some consistency. We just don't
We're taking it one level
just
up from Jonah kissing the picture of Cortez.
Yeah, no, it's brotherhood.
Now we're smooching.
It's the kiss a homie meta returns.
NRG posted up to just burst out of this A side as Sentinels have shifted the setup to Cortezia just being the anchor on that site. In this instance, though, likely a little bit less anchoring and a lot more running out, except there is an issue with his PC, sadly. And so we are headed to the pause.
Yeah, it might have happened when he got up in that previous round. Tough here to sort of have the kicker iced in a situation like this.
Who is the kicker in this situation, though, honestly? I think adrenaline might just be high for everyone.
I did see some serious NRG Keister get booted in the previous round, so I think you can guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still 4-4.
Yeah, but again, these are some pretty crucial defense side rounds that Sentinels are picking up. Players just chase each other around the map. Redux looks anything but impressed. So we're just going to have a rollback of the round, at least because we're in-game. This is relatively easy enough to do. You can simply roll back to the start of, and an Odin to hand.
Stage 1 hopes on the line for both of these teams. Last match of the regular season, last opportunity for one of them to make it into the playoffs. Money is pretty bad.
You're not going to believe
on both of these sides, and I'm bringing my voice down lower. He was more excited. It's less thrilled. I hate to say it. Do you want to be the bearer of bad news, Nick?
Come on, Barry! I need all the help I can get.
We just got baited so hard.
All right, we've got game.
We're in the game. We're in the game. We're in the game. All right, everything on the line for these two teams. In terms of the economy here, really, too. Both of them are in a tough spot.
And this round represents a tipping point in more ways than one. Mana checks that wall, sees very, very little, but there's all of NRG like stampeding wildebeest behind it. Look, they've still got Rebel presence as well as they go for this A hit. There could be some disruption here as Jonah goes for the spam.
SEN were really fast to try to get out of A door to fight Mana. He's in so deep. What? Gets through, and now patience from John, but no real opportunity to get a second, so he'll take the one that's right in front of him. That'll bring this to a 3-on-4. Operator in the hands, though, of Redux. It's going to be complicated for him to find an effective way to get in the mix with that in this retake.
Brock is in an obnoxious position here. He has full rubble control. It's going to be nigh impossible to cross here. Kiko out of smokes for the time being. Here's a Steel Garden over on the side. It's Redux clapping Ethan. John's important in this position. Gets Brock hopping. Now the 2v2. It's been evened up. Cortezia ready to fight on the side. It's going to be Kiko. No, the timing is not there. John and Cortezia deliver out of a really tough mid-round for Sentinels.
That Steel Garden just routes everyone from NRG out of the site into the Redux firing range from stairs with the off. And then John is just patient here this whole time. They're just not expecting that he would still be on that area of the map. Could have gotten two, at least gets his, and then with all of that damage that was done to Scuba by Cortez, he's able to clean up on it with ease. And they went out the 3 versus 4, breaking NRG's economy. That's a sick turnaround. The value from that ult was massive for Cortezia. Just casually sat at 13 kills. Another day in the office for him.
If you look at the next generation and the next iteration of Sentinels already showing promise. Sick clutch. And now, we mentioned that round was a bit of a tipping point. Economically speaking, NRG are in the doldrums. Redux trying to get off the site, and he will be able to get the pace. Even though Marta was encroaching rapidly now with overdrive at the ready. Does he chance this? Little swing, bit of information, and a disciplined back away.
Yeah, I was just hoping he could find a timing there, get the kill, keep the ult running, but no, it's out of charge and he has to back away.
Oh wow, desperation, Jerwin. Okay, out of the Steel Garden at the very least.
The Steel Garden commitment from NRG to win this out. 5v5 with not a rifle to their name.
It's more where that came from as well. They can even the odds with a Nightfall.
They're just trying to make the most of their utility.
Got to win this round. They definitely feel pressure. Marta, got to be careful. The paint shell's exploded behind him. Take him low. And here's Cortezia. Jonah firing up. The weapons just aren't there for NRG, and so no further investment in ultimates is advised. Scuba gets one with the bandit, but there's 3 players up on the site, and he's bowled over.
It's just not going to happen in that situation. Mata not able to find the opener that he would have hoped for with his ult. Not able to get any space off the back of it either. So NRG just pushed into the corners of the site. Steel Garden offers some delay, sure, but to what end? They don't have any rifles. They just have the pistols to work with. So even with time being limited, SEN just have way better kits to get back in and win out that retake.
And they're quick enough. Get away from the Steel Garden. Like to see that. 10 rounds into the game, Sentinels have started to pull ahead. Still the Nightfall being maintained here for NRG. And already, it's Scuba looking to make early play here to A around this wall.
Redux with the off on that C side. Smoked off though, no angle for him to work with. Might be in a situation where he needs to just get out again. Nightfall doesn't connect.
Yeah, this is easy to fall off of. Redux is just giving the space quite happily. He'll play halls with this op.
Yeah, NRG are in. Now, is there a backside refight? It looks like there will be. Yeah, there's that stun. Redux pressured, satchels away. That's nice from him.
Yeah, he's so annoying. He can't be cleared or picked off. So yes, you've got Hall's control. It's a bit harder to break back into, but look, they've got 3 Sentinels players. Bomb button to get him in there. Jerwin now just starting to throw down on the side, and there's nothing any of NRG can say about this. NRG had to get patient the last couple rounds, build that economy back up, and it's being dashed yet again.
Mata just deep in the site. There's a super long delay from Scuba. He does get his Mata.
Big.
How was he able to find that and then slide away?
Now, though, you're going to have to find back into the site. There's a toggle of the door now. As we'll see NRG well set up for this post plant. Smoke's blooming on the site. These are from Sentinels to try and give them a pocket to play in, but Redux at 38 has to go for it. And he's caught out. Brock deals with him. No time for a defuse, and NRG get on out alive. 2 guns, including the Odin, carried out of the round.
Can't believe they were able to get away with that round win. Mata playing super well, back sight. Felt like a bit of a miscommunication that was exploited by Jerwin. He gets 2 isolated fights against Kiko, then Ethan to get the man advantage for SEN, but there's just never a moment where they're able to all crunch into that site and retake together. NRG with a chance to even this up, but they are staring down the barrel of 4 ultimates on the side of SEN, and all 4 players ready to meet them on this A side.
It's going to get ugly here. Fast break out onto the A side of the map, but the showstopper might dissuade NRG. Redux sees Kiko when he drops down. Marta's caught him behind rubble. This is dangerous. Jerwin's able to find him before he can slip away. And all of a sudden, NRG have to pivot. Short 2 players and make it 3 because Jerwin has been on fire.
Scuba just hoping to find an opening there. Can't blame him, but Jerwin is looking sharp on this last map. As Ethan works his way into this C site. Spike is still outside of B, and SEN should absolutely be able to close this out 7-5.
Feels like a formality this round, as far as NRG are concerned.
And Jerwin has been good this series, but this is definitely his best map so far. He's facing off against Brock, brings him to super low HP.
Not sure those Razor Vine really ended up where he intended it.
Spike planted.
Caught to Zia. Patience tends to pay dividends, and it does here against the literal world champion. Brock up on 9! It's 3 down! He's only got 4 health, though. Strong wind would blow him over, and John QT's full of more than hot air, that's for sure. Here's the defuse now with Sentinels. Really? Really? Get the defuse.
It took a bit of time, but SEN close out the half in style. They're looking good. They're up 7-5 against the reigning world champions. Jerwin looking sharp on this last map. A player with a lot of talent that they've heavily invested in this stage. And he's looking so good when they need him.
Guys, can we hold hands?
Oh, you guys.
That's so sweet.
Oh.
In a do-or-die game.
Won by just a bit. We'll see if that ends up being true here. If they can upset the world champs and make it into playoffs, deny NRG any attempt to make it to Masters London. NRG work their way out C long as SEN opposite side of the map just slowly creep out of A main, get their space towards rubble. It's only Kiko on this A site. He's going to have to give it up when the hit comes through.
This attack side going to look very different for SEN here. They're lacking a controller.
Look at the speed of NRG, though. They've already got 2 players into stairs to help Kiko.
already onto this A site.
Look at the speed on this flood. Redux
Fears
doesn't
in.
expect it at all.
More for that? No, Jerwin going to find the trade, but it's still more challenges to step up. That is a clean headshot for Jerwin, though. The NRG get here with the quickness. They found the timing, but now they need to execute. And they do. From the rafters they swing. That's a big pistol round. That's going to make this game all the more interesting.
Jerwin tries his best there, a couple good kills, but ultimately the rest of his team, him included, are just surrounded by NRG. They clear out of C as soon as they know that the A hit is coming. The speed on that rotate to assist Kiko and pressure Sen from all angles, which is perfect.
These are the comeback kings, NRG. You can never count them out. Whether it's 7-5 or 10-2, they will find a way. Got some Stingers, got a very interesting buy here. Spectres for 2 players. Obviously no investment on the Sentinels' side.
Just working towards the C side of the map. Pretty standard twice setup going on over there. You're gonna have to work through all of that if they have intentions on getting on in. Jerwin does, but he is isolated.
The relay bolt made some space, but yeah, the shield wall's a bit of an issue. That's been triggered. Base shell to the back of the site could be devastating. Ethan exacerbating that issue with the Stinger. Straight through the smoke. Sentinel C might be advised to back it up for the round. Seems like a conversion for NRG to even up the game. Now we're pod racing, folks.
As we move forward here, I definitely have my eyes on Redux heading into the late portion of this Lotus map, the last map in the series. He has been absolutely dominant throughout both Fracture and Breeze. He's the top kills on both of those maps, and they're not just fluff kills. He's not stat padding. He's getting high impact kills consistently. Can he turn that back on right now? Cortezia is still swinging. Jerwin is elevating his play right now. If he comes online as well, that can be enough to get Sen the win. A clash coming up. They're right out of main. So much pressure from NRG. Mata up close with this judge.
John's the furthest forward player. He tried to get inserted on top of Rubble, but he gets guns down through it all. Jerwin's also forced to give ground. The relay bolt is more than just a warning sign.
With all of that pressure, Sen are forced away, getting towards this C side. Down a man, still with a better weaponry at least. But now they're being funneled into the setup from Brock. Thorns being used, that's going to cause a lot of delay. Look at Mata pushed all the way into a lobby.
Really? To position there, what could be a one-and-done spot for him. Obviously, you can't proceed any further. This is going to be raw contact for for Sentinels onto this C side.
NRG have just worked them on this round. They have their entire team here ready to greet them.
They're always ready. They're always waiting. Now to fall into the net is all that remains for Sentinels. And they do willingly. Arms wide open. As they are devoured.
I'm out of here.
Cortezia might have slipped the net, but there's really nothing for him to do out here.
Yeah, he was working through B, but just a non-factor with NRG being able to stack up their entire team to the right site. They just funnel Sen over to C with that huge early A fight play. 4 players involved. Post up Mata deep allows them to just confidently make the rotate to that side of the map.
Just die.
They know exactly what Sen were up to.
Left.
Cortezia still not someone you want to challenge alone, not even on your best day. We're back into this line of sight though and give Mata up the gun and the ghost.
Just like that, NRG have taken the lead with a bonus round conversion.
You can feel the hush in the room now as well.
John just caught completely unaware up top. Imagine he probably wanted to teleport lower, but maybe was blinded up, didn't really see exactly, and just like a little misclick on the TP.
I think half of Ethan's job being the quote-unquote emotional leader is just to make utterances.
This is the new Ethan.
Yeah, just make
silly
noise.
Sounds. It's always a good bit. All right, Sentinels have a Bucky in the hands of Jerwin to try to go for some kind of fast pop play.
They've really taken a back seat over the last couple of rounds. You can see them deflate. But hey, get off to a good start here. We'll be back to winning ways soon enough.
Wow, what a kill from Redux. What a crunch onto Scuba as well. That's lovely from Sen, but can they get into the C site?
Oh, they got a cross past Brooks Odin. They're at the final boss. They meet all too early. They're supposed to be getting the dungeon map, and yet it's Ganondorf just gunning them down.
Ethan wins that duel over towards B main. Now SEN slowing things down, hoping that a tap of the spike could maybe draw someone out. Maybe they could find an opening.
They cleared halls though. They can just walk up on this now, just watching the corner.
Redux on the line with the
Paranoia.
outlaw.
Yeah, there's Kiko. Man, Joe just had nothing to do.
Redux is blinded up. He just can't cover his teammate.
Sorry, Redux, you're going to need one more bullet in the chamber for this to work. There is Brock ending him. God, it's obnoxious, isn't it? It's brutal. The Odin has certainly featured heavily on this map.
It's just so smart from NRG. They just have the two players jump into the smoke out of the LOS, and then Brock is holding the hard angle with the Odin when he's forced to peek. Just all the little things done right from NRG in a moment like that to close out the round with ease. Respect to SEN for this play towards the C side. You know, they crunch those players effectively. Getting through the B door, Mod is caught, Scoop is caught, but still just not enough.
Okay. We're never opening that door again, bro. We're never opening that door again, bro.
That's kind of the issue. It was NRG that toggled that. All right, timeout here for Sentinels. There's got to be...
Wham.
Yeah, that was a...
Mata's the only one with the operator right now on A, so you imagine they'd love to just post him up and then rotate elsewhere.
I'd be happy for a mount fight, though, for Sentinels. The back of this ping. Arcaros there was in position, and Redux goes upstairs. This is more than enough to tell Brock he'd be better served backing it up.
NRG look like they want to go through a walkthrough on A while SEN are just applying the pressure towards this C side. Prowler goes very deep, Scuba taking point.
Brock took an Odin line immediately on that C side. Oh, look at this push up on the A side. Aided by a couple of players.
Off so deep. And now NRG go for the safer rotate all the way back through B. The AWP has everyone on Sentinels contained.
And there's no sheer wall to give you a timing about when you're going to get wrapped on. So a late reflank can come in here from Mata. Sentinels don't know what their clock is. They just know they've got to go.
They just have to get in. The rocket is good with Kiko on the drop. It still catches him. The splash damage, and now Redux pressed up off the paint shell, wants to get a closer angle. Nightfall. He's got to contend with it. He gets the first.
Redux decayed down, but he's ready to fight. Brock, though, should be able to play that corner, and he does. It's traded. He got his one. Somehow Sentinels are in this with a fighting chance. 2v2. They have Hall's control. They have canvassed it out entirely. Ethan's looking to try and get a bit of info. Jonah was decayed down by that season. Ethan finishes the job. Mata can just sit tight, wait for this to get worked, and then he swings in.
What a seize from Ethan. Those two just getting dismantled from either end. That's a crazy util piece.
Kidding me right now.
This is payback, Cortez.
Showstopper got the kill, but that's not enough. The counter Nightfall to get back in was nice from Ethan too. Just
It's a bizarre one.
sublime util from one of the best initiators to ever do it.
Yep.
This kind of thing where even on Ethan's worst day,
What is that you two?
he is still gonna give you superb util and supplement the success of everyone else.
Jonah just
He's
had
just that
nothing
guy.
he could do, bro. Nothing. 6 Cs. Huge round for NRG. SEN are now in trouble.
Starting to feel like this is where it's slipping away. Can SEN get back in the game here? They can buy up again. They have the loss bonus. They have the spike down.
NRG have made comebacks in more games than this SEN roster have even played. That's tough.
It's two players from NRG on site. Ethan trying to lock down Tree. It's just speed from SEN. Jerwin is in there with the
good.
but he's deleted.
Ethan
Oh
is
my
transcended.
God.
He's hit another level. Ultra Instinct, 15 and 10. Chilling at the back of the site. And now the Seal Guard, and just in case Sentinels wanted to throw any more.
SEN are forced away, and hey, if you want to try to rotate elsewhere, just like last round, Mata
Mata's
has
there.
pushed up with the AWP to hold their exit. NRG have all of the map control. They have SEN surrounded. The walls are closing in, and eventually they're going to have to make a decision when the time gets low.
It's not just a trick room, it's a trash compactor that they're in. Fully contained. If that first approach for SEN doesn't work and they're not working the map in some way, they're going to get clapped by the op if they back out. They are fully committed. They are all in. If they want to extract some weapons from this round, they've got to dive double door. Hope to escape NRG's probing gaze. Brock has no reason to swing this at all. He is chilling on the corner, and he will hold M1 for the boys.
30 seconds left.
Time to break that door, get on into B. Sure, they might get the plant down, but where can they go from there? What is the positioning going to be?
They're up against so much util as well. Kiko is still got plenty to work with.
Line
He
goes
got
down.
C's.
Center side, they're just doubled up, trying to hold Jonas back. This would have to be a monster play from Cortezia holding the door.
He's so low though. 55. Against some random Odin spray would do him in.
Center committing it all. The Nightfall goes through. It's going to cause a lot of delay on the players that are trying to get into Blue Room.
This is the round, otherwise they're forcing for the rest of the game. They're never going to be in an economic spot like this when they're already down 2 players. It is do or die, now or never. Marta waiting. John's already been brought down and the swing is good. Brock silences them. Another 2 notched up with the Odin. And NRG have found 11.
There's just nowhere for SEN to go. NRG are ruling the map from beginning to end of these rounds. Sure, you can pivot into B. We're just going to retake from multiple angles. Main, we could go Heaven, we could go Baby Door. Too much to watch for 3 players to try to control an uncontrollable situation. Nightfall thrown out, not enough. A big ultimate removed when NRG only need 2 more rounds to close this out and make it to the playoffs. Might just be a story of so close for this new Sentinels roster. You can see the potential that's there, but they might just not have enough in them yet compared to the world champions.
It's reps. It's honestly a pedigree you've got to build over time. It might just not be SEN's time for that playoff berth yet. Promising signs, sure. But when it really counts, they seem to have gone AWOL. Still round number 19, there's still game to play. They've still got weapons.
They can still keep forcing in. They've got the loss bonus, they got the spike down again, but it results in Guardians, no one on full armor.
Shadows traveling.
What is the plan? There's a sheer wall at C that has to be drawn out, and Sentinels are running low on time to tease this util out of NRG. At least Marta's not watching their flank this round.
The AWP is just such a good counter for this comp as well that SEN have. They're trying to re-clear into some of these spaces. Yeah, just the single controller.
No lurk wall.
No wall to play off of. So concerned getting back out into A here. They have to commit the fast lane just to get across. Haunt to clear close. It's teleport into stairs from John, and a committal, and he gets the kill!
With the Guardian, no less. 5 health, but he's still standing. He's still a warm body to carry the weapon, and Redux gets in. Joba now looking desperately, searching for any more presence of NRG on this site, but no, none to be found.
Spike planted.
That feels like a little bit of magic to give them some life in this round, honestly.
I mean, he TP'd
you
stairs
gotta
and
think
won the
John
fight.
is going down there 9 times out of 10.
Especially against the player the caliber of Kiko.
NRG have so much money, they can send this anyway.
Maybe this is meant to be, though. The start of something. Sentinels can sit back on this now. John's been able to get the Odin. And yeah, NRG's got money to burn, but they are still down a 2v5. Rubble's been cleared. Time is not on their side. Marta. What's to be done? Something crazy to flip out on these Sentinels, guys, but they are backing out now into Ethan's purview, straight into the Rubble direction. Marta on the side, John very low in the corner, still walks out on it, and that will be enough to keep Sentinels alive in the game. It's not pretty. They spent heavily, but they're in it to win it.
The damage is brutal there. NRG making the most of the round loss. Marta and Ethan claiming 3. Insane that John wins that fight. Insane.
You won't find a textbook that tells you to do that.
Not even the Odin in the hands of Brock was enough to deal with the slide and the swing there. Way too hard to actually place the crosshair on a target.
Razor sharp focus for SEN. No one standing up, no one getting overly exuberant. It's too early for that.
Op staring them down on this A side. And nothing to disrupt it.
You've got a raw contact this part of the map.
They can't. There's no way.
Can you
Jonah is making so much noise over by B. He's taking damage.
Danger!
Drive swing out, and he's caught!
No one there to back him up as well. This A side is completely open.
Jonah making all that noise towards B. It made them think that nothing would be happening on this A side, so they leave Marta posted up solo, but he misses, and he's caught.
It's still a bit dangerous to bounce back to C because B is still unknown. Sentinel's going to commit to this A side now, still guarding just to try and pave the way. No one there to experience it. NRG are full retake, a player down, but Jonah's trying to get into a nasty backstab spot.
Operate fast. Jonah, my lurking fade, who just sold that for SEN to get into the site, is now trying to flank with the right timing.
He's just missed the timing on Kiko. That doesn't mean there won't be another opportunity though, but Scuba here waits for Redux to emerge now. They're being gunned down inside tree. Can John stand up and do it again? One is going to have to be enough. That makes it even. There's the timing!
Backstab.
Finally! Jonah's able to get there and pay it off. Chekhov's gun goes off in this round, and Brock at 17 has to make the defuse. Brock v Jonah. Two nasty Odin abusers. Two ridiculous humans. Brock gets the kill, but not the defuse, and Sentinels are extended. Yet another lifeline.
What a crazy game plan into that round. So sick though. All of the noise from Jonah over towards B main. Hits the door over on C as well. He's taking spam damage. He's drawing all the attention. And it makes NRG think that they should be rotating away from A rubble because the fate. Cortezia, the danger is they are losing so many players on these round wins. Look at the state of their econ. It's battered.
Both teams now, the fatigue almost certainly starting to set in. But NRG have got that experience gap. Doesn't even matter.
Cortezia would love to catch an NRG player that is pushing deep out of one of these extremities, taking all of that free space, wrapping behind them like they've been doing. It's not the case here on this C side. It's Brock just putting the full Vice setup down. All of the Thorns got the flash.
It just feels like it's such an unattractive prospect to try and hit into this C side against Brock.
Both Prowlers used early for Jonah. Immediate pressure onto A, and then uses the second one to get back towards C, get that orb in the hands of Redux.
That's a showstopper ready now. What better way to clear the way and set up a post-plant opportunity for this brawly SEN team? Up sneaks Cortezia. See a shoulder of Ethan. Oh, got him though. Knocked down to 45. Milliseconds reaction time.
Now feeling the pressure, he has to back away. Fastlane goes up to get outside, deep in A as well, so they know rubble is clear. Cross-map TP comes in from Kiko. 4 players on NRG posted up on A, content to leave Brock with a Vice set up on C. If there's a late to the back, there won't be. There's not enough time for that.
Showstopper though coming out. This is dangerous now for anyone on the B side of the map. That's where Sentinels are deciding with a left. Jonah in their wake, and he's knocked 2 down. Oh, give him another, why don't you? It's a landslide now for Sentinels. And all they had to do was lead the Professor poised to strike.
All of that pressure coming towards A, and NRG just fully expecting the commitment would be there. B site is vacant on the rotate over. Jonah just catches them. How on earth does he get a third on top of that? I mean, listen, we'll see it in the replay. But now Kiko, Brock forced to save. After all of that success, after that massive string of round wins, their economy is now the one in a bad spot.
It's America's comeback kings being fed a taste of their own medicine, bitter pill by bitter pill.
And how bad do SEN need a flawless as well, just to stimulate their own economy? They have been narrowly squeaking by these rounds, carrying over no credits.
Close to the margins. That's all they needed.
Yeah, Jonah is just left back to cut off the rotates, and he cooks them. The third kill is nasty from him.
Nothing like a veteran with something to prove, Wyatt. 1 round in it. Number 22 on the docket. Money now flowing into the coffers of Sentinels. Enough to wage this campaign against NRG to bring this match back under their banner.
Instant nade out from Redux. Fastlane cross. Mata fully committed. Nightfall as well from Ethan.
Gonna get ugly. Joe now knows there's someone close. Mata caught inside the C. Still able to find that first kill though. John staying. Mata slides on in and cleans him up though. Now if you're Sentinels, it could be full scale route, but still Cortezia holds the line. And the operator sings out.
At least catches one back on the cross. Jonah has the Nightfall to work with in this round. That could turn things around if used at a pivotal moment. But NRG finds success in that A fight. Mata steps up for the team. NRG are feeling so close to just ending this game. It's been agonizing for them. 3 maps back to back. All of them looking like potential 13-11s going the distance. Tech pauses just to add on to like the agony of
you don't like suspense
here. It's just brutal. They feel so close to winning at this point. They can't let it slip away.
This sets them back a little bit. Now they hedge their bets on hitting a site with a short-handed situation in numbers, but they are walking into the trap.
30 seconds
They know
left.
what's waiting for them though. They know this is going to be carpeted in Vice Util, but with 25 seconds, Sentinels have to go for it. Nightfall's going to be there for Jonah P. Partially because of that sick round we just had. Here are the Razor Vines now. He's still going to go for it. Okay, 1 for 1. Good enough for the time being, but Ethan emerges. RKO, baby, slaps them back where they came from. And NRG move to match points.
Just one more round to lock up their spot in playoffs. As close as it can get. SEN need to take this to OT and then take it further to get the win. Mana stepping up in a pivotal round. The all-out A fight. He comes out
you
on
got
top.
headsets, bro. Turn around.
They were so locked in on that, Sentinels. That's heartbreaking. Yeah, they got the money. They can still buy, right? Let's not discount the psychological impact of that moment, though.
Full A fight from NRG. Do SEN just try to push into Brock and take his site? Yeah, they do. It's another teleport from John. This time he's caught. Is the trade there? No, it's
How
not
is he
found.
alive? Survives for a while. Still guarding. Going to be thrown out, though. That could be a bit of an issue now. Cortesia
What a kill.
guns Ethan down. 4v3 now. Spike, though, very much committed to the C side, but there are no defenders in this vicinity, and Cortesia is a problem. A thorn in the side, but Marta excises him.
There's just no way. Sentinels, they're divided right now, trying to take forward space. You have one in Halls, one in Waterfall.
No
Jonah just
crossfires.
tucked on the site. How can they win this out? HP isn't the best for 2 of them either. 3-on-3 for the game.
They got to win their ones, but I don't know if they're going to get them served up like that. Jerwin up close, judge in hand, backs out. Thinks the better of it, but Jonah gets picked off in his absence. He's got to go for it. Straight into Kiko. And Redux, last one standing, had to watch his teammate Scuba ascend without him, and he'll have to watch it again. That's World Championship pedigree from NRG. The grit and determination to hang in there. And they've booked their spot in